You put on one pair of glasses, you've got one pair.
Yeah. I fucking broke it, man. I broke it. Ah! Fuck. What's good, baby? What's good, baby? What's good, baby? Where's Wavy 80, Navy, and the gravy? What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? Ah, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the fucking stream. Man, it is so good to be back today. We have a lot to talk about. I have this new mic. I don't feel like I have to scream anymore when I talk, and it's awesome. It's electric. It's exciting. It feels good. Yeah, man, things feel fucking good. So look, let me just keep her tight here. Let me just make sure she's tight. There we go. That should be good. Welcome back, everybody. Man, it's so good to see y'all. Today's a beautiful day. I mean, we have Nvidia earnings. We have the United States government has declared war against Anthropic, and Dario from creators of Claude declared war. MrBeast is Hannah Hughes. What's good? MrBeast is taking down JP Morgan. We have Nvidia earnings print is gonna happen at 4, so like 13 minutes. I have no time to do an intro. Honestly, thank God. I'll do the intro after. Nvidia earnings comes out in 13 minutes, and then in an hour and 13 minutes, Jensen's on a live stream, which we're gonna watch. So basically 13 minutes, the next 3 months of the market is decided, like bang, bang. So we're obviously going to react to it. We're going to follow it. I'm going to give you a quick intro. NVIDIA earnings are going to come out. I'm going to do a proper intro after NVIDIA earnings come out. And then we're going to watch, I'm going to cover US versus Dario. Basically, it's like the biggest story in AI. I mean, dude, we covered this when the Maduro news came out. The US came out and said they used Claude in the capture of Nicolas Maduro. And I was like, I think this is a big deal. Like, what? I think this is kind of a big deal. It's probably bullish AI. But I had no idea the implications of what was going to follow. And it's gotten pretty fucking messy. I mean, they mentioned this thing called Warclaude, which is basically they cooperate. Dario cooperates and lets us use Claude to kill people, or we're going to do it anyways and build Warclaude. It's pretty terrifying when the U.S. military tells you that. Jane Street is out. Chads are in. Bitcoin's like 60. I don't even know. What is it right now? Oh my God. It's just candling. 69.5. It looks pretty decent. We have a lot to talk about today. Also, everybody hates AI. Vitalik doxes himself as a Luddite. Dude, there's a lot going on. I mean, it's every day, bro. Like, no Jake Paul. It's every day, bro. I have like 50. Dude, we deadass spent 3 hours today prepping for stream. I'm not trolling. Tulip King Daniel and Malcolm can attest. We spent 3 hours today prepping for stream, getting this B segment together, getting everything ready to go. There's just so much happening. I'm telling you, December 27th is the day the world changed. So look, I don't have time for an intro at all. I can't talk. I can't tell you I have to get shoulder surgery. Fuck me. Can't do that. Can't talk about how I'm fucking hung and locked in and focused and just getting sick shape. Fuck me. We can't talk about any of that. So what we can do really quick, roll call, baby. Who's in? Who's here? Jack, what's good? Caleb, what's good? Mac, what's good? Other Jack, Kevin, what's good? Kate Cuffthis, what's good? Ross, what's good? Jackson, Ray, what's good? Seth, god damn. Hannah, what's good? Kaya, what's good? Small, what's good? First time chatter, Swing, welcome. Welcome, Sir Wheatens, welcome. What's good? What's good? Dark Yoda, 36. I can't even read your name. It's moving too fast. Live the Life TV, OG Womb, Goldman Tracks, Chunky Nuts, Digi Money, the whole squad. Let's go. Polka, Defluge, Rockefeller, Rustbond, first time chatter, Nept, welcome. Yonan, welcome. Kobe Lee, welcome. J-Led, welcome. All right. Also YouTube and Twitter. Last thing, since we have YouTube and Twitter back, thank God, dude. Death, taxes, and Shifty spiking my fucking cortisol. Vablet, what's good? Sai, what's good? But Alex, what's good? It works. Rectal Glizzy, what's good? If I didn't shout you out, tell me. I'll say your name. Don't tell me it's lagging, bro. Come on. Don't do that. Stop. Fucking stop. Give me a break. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. And that's the only chat that I read. Digimoney, ban him. I don't care how many fucking, I don't care how long his streak is. Ban him. Awkward's good. Okay, here's the deal. Let's see. In 10 minutes, NVIDIA earnings are going to come out. NVIDIA earnings are going to come out in 10 minutes. And I mean, look, the whole market is propped up on this. NVIDIA misses earnings. You don't want to know what happens if NVIDIA misses earnings. You just don't, okay? You don't want to know what happens if NVIDIA misses earnings, but Polymarket says they're not going to. We're at a 93% chance right now that NVIDIA beats. And look, the way things are going, even in the Citrini article, the Citrini doom thesis, the final thesis, he says that he's 90% long tech, long the Qs, long compute. He's like max long. And he says even before the doom thesis plays out, SPY goes to, SPX goes to 8K, which is a significant pump from where we're at right now. I think he says SPX to 8K, if I'm not mistaken. Not that we're at SPX. I mean, that's like, that would be a ridiculous move from here. 15-minute chart. He says SPX to 8K. That'd be a fucking, I mean, bro, if this happened in a relatively short time frame, it would be utterly euphoric by October, by this year. Okay, so before any doom thesis happens, he predicts it by October. And the thing about the doom thesis is for that to even come true, right? We discussed, okay, cool, you want to wipe out the white collar workforce? Well, that's 50% of employment in the United States. It's 75% of consumer spending. Even if humans are fucking useless and unproductive, that is a lot of output that has to get subsidized. And so there's this post that came out last night. I saw this post at 100 likes, and I'm like, is this not the craziest post we've seen in a long time? And nobody seemed to think so. I quote tweeted it, woke up to a banger, nothing crazy. But this guy, Logan Kilpatrick, who works at Google AI, by the way, comes out and says the compute bottleneck is massively underappreciated. I would guess the gap between supply and demand is growing single-digit % every day. In practice, this will be the rate limit on the impact AI will have on the economy and society. So he basically comes out and says there is infinite demand for compute. There is finite supply, and the growth curve of demand is outpacing the supply by single-digit % every day. Brother. That means NVIDIA moon, GPU moon, compute moon. It means there's just not enough. And so one of the biggest bottlenecks on the Citrini thesis is that we don't have enough power. We don't have enough compute. It's not available. There's not enough. I think Base quote tweeted this or something. Let me see what he said. This too. Every global marketplace is actively either exploring or moving to stablecoins. Probably the fastest growing vertical right now. I wasn't even going to cover this. Wait, I'm not going to get off track, but Circle's up 34% today. Look at this. Circle's up 34% today. Disgusting. Everyone and their moms is talking about stablecoins right now. But let me find his quote tweet. What did you say? So 1 makes sense. 2, if there's such a compute bottleneck, why are we misallocating inference so hard to AI girlfriends coding more web apps? ImageGenic said. Yeah, interesting. But basically, this manifests as NVIDIA Moon. At least I think. NVIDIA Moon. And so I have, it comes out in 6 minutes. We got to just spend 6 minutes on this till it comes out. We'll see. Maybe we'll see Bitcoin fucking, I don't know. We'll see post-market move, and then maybe we'll see some Bitcoin action if we crush. But we'll watch this video real quick. I think it's a bearish video, but it's from Bloomberg, so it's worth watching.
With AI, the next test on deck with Nvidia earnings after the closing bell. Jay Goldberg of Seaport Global remaining the sole sell on the stock, writing, "We think Nvidia will meet expectations. It is hard to see them delivering much upside." Jay joins us now for more. Jay, welcome to the show. Still the big bear, based on the recommendation. Let's get into it. What's going to cap the upside from here?
I think they're limited on capacity.
Who is this?
Right? We know that the industry is constrained across semiconductors. The big problem for NVIDIA is what the capacity they can get out of TSMC, both in manufacturing and packaging. And I think that sort of caps their upside.
Jay Goldberg. Interesting. Jay Goldberg. What do you think, Jay? Nope. No Twitter? This is just a random? Who the fuck is this? This is like threadguy thinks Nvidia has low upside. All right, bro. Who the fuck is Jay Goldberg? No Twitter? All right. No Twitter in the big... No Twitter in the big 2-6? All right, Jay. We're going to guess fucking watch it anyways, I guess. Why? I don't know.
Until maybe later this year when we get a little bit more capacity out of TSMC.
Well, Jay, beyond next year, over the next
I'm not worried.
several years, is this going to remain an issue? Is it something we can look through at the moment?
I think we're in a somewhat historic peak of capacity constraints right now for across semiconductors, right? Every sort of nook and cranny you look into in the industry, things we haven't thought about in years, like substrates and photoresist chemicals, everything is in shortage right now. And that's going to last. Some of those are going to last through the year. Memory looks like it's going to be constrained through the year, but semiconductors are cyclical, and eventually things will ease. Probably next year, but who knows when that's going to be.
Well, Jay, that's the big question, because you are the sole sell. There's 4 holds. There's 78 buys on this name. What are the 78 getting wrong?
I think that the difficult.
This is your counterparty if you're long, by the way. I'm just saying.
Difficulty NVIDIA has is it's gotten so big, and for it to keep momentum going.
Be honest. You think this brother's running open claw? Yes or no? Honest. You think this brother has an open claw? They ought to get me on fucking Bloomberg. We're watching the top finance podcast, and they're asking, should you use open claw or ChatGPT? I'm like, hold on, brother. Get me on fucking Bloomberg. I'll talk to fucking Bloomberg.
Deals that we're looking at, getting these data centers built to the scale that is going to be sufficient for their numbers, that's going to be challenging, right? We're already sort of starting to see the stress on the capital market side. It's getting harder and harder to fund these data centers, and the data centers are just going to get bigger and bigger. And NVIDIA needs that to keep the numbers going. And so I think that it's just getting harder and harder for NVIDIA to sell.
Okay. Demand goes up. It's harder for NVIDIA to sell. Wait, here's his Twitter. Let's see. We have 2 minutes. Let's see. Malcolm hunted him down. We have fucking Palantir intelligence internally. Stop. All right. Well, we have Palantir internally. Here's a couple stats for you before it. Kathy says fuck Centrini. NVIDIA earnings. 20 out of the last 22 quarters it beat expectations. And so it's basically just going up only for 22 quarters. 20 quarters rather. 4 out of 4 recent quarters beat 100% streak. Beating is now expected, not impressive. As we know, 92% hedging a little bit. It's down a little bit. It was as high as 96.8. Stock movement after beats. So it had positive days 4 out of 11. It had negative days 6 out of 11 beats, which is crazy. Like, it's so priced in that it's gonna just beat earnings, which is a little bit scary, right? I don't know. It's a little bit scary. It's so priced in it's gonna beat earnings that it dumps 55% of the time after it beats, and then flat 1 out of 11 days. Last 3 earnings calls, cool. Numbers to beat. Earnings preview. NVIDIA is expected to report earnings of $1.54 per share and sales of $6.613 billion, reflecting a 72% increase in earnings. I had like a longer video here, but I don't really want to watch it. It also ripped today internally. Also, Bitcoin looks so fucking good. We'll talk about Bitcoin at some point. There's a lot going on today, Chad. I'm not gonna. Today's a good day to be an anti-Luddite. I'll tell you what. To be a techie today, it's a good day. Nvidia Circle's up 35 fucking percent. 35% on Circle. Stablecoins are eating the world, bro. Look at this. This is. I don't even think this is all from Meta. Like, what is this all from? I don't even think this is all from Meta. Insane. Coinbase is up 14% today too. It's gross. But Nvidia is 196 basically. It's up 2% today. It was as high as 198, and I mean, it looks like it's ready. We're ready to break out here, right? Look at this. This is over a pretty extended time frame here. Yeah, 210 days. I mean, basically, if you're bullish AI, you want to see this just fucking piss rip. So, all right, let's see. What are you circling? 60% that chart. I was really bearish one day, I think. I was really bearish one day and I drew this. My fault. All right, let's see. I don't do a lot of earnings. So I don't know how this works. They just like tweet this shit. What happens now? You just tweet this? Let's see. I want to just listen to the call. What happens? Now, earnings call doesn't come in until 5. No way. It's in 20 minutes? Reports 420? Really? Is it really? All right, bet. Then I could just skip ahead and I could just tell you what I could just talk about what I want to talk about. Bet. If it's in, we have 20 minutes? Worked. I didn't realize I had 20 minutes. If we have 20 minutes, I'm going to just fucking get into what I want to get into. Random, but what do you think? How high would an Ansem stream coin go right now? I don't know, 20 mil? 25, 30 mil? Maybe higher. Maybe higher. Wait, let's see Amit real quick. Is he live? I want to watch it for a second. I just want to see what happens when they announce.
Yeah, Trade Desk has had.
Let's watch this for a minute.
Issues for the past year, but Salesforce. I mean, the stock's not reacting to. Are we going red? Salesforce slightly red now. I don't know what Benioff's gonna have to do to convince the street. That's a 25% beat.
Let's see.
Dude. That is not a small amount. Nubank, that's down 2%.
I watch Amit every morning.
Nvidia again. We got 20 minutes synopsis. That's
okay. We do have 20 minutes. Nvidia In that
Trade desk, they
case,
beat by 2% on EPS, beat by 1% on revenue.
I
31
think I'm
cents.
gonna just
Sorry,
start
31 cents versus 58
flowing.
cents expected. Revenue 846 versus 840. Market doesn't care. Trade desk down another 9%.
I think I'm
One
gonna
thing I
start
saw with
flowing.
Salesforce, they did announce a 50 billion share repurchase program, replacing
Wow.
anything they had previously. So, I mean, there's some excitement at least.
You got me hooked on
them
Amit. He's
from
the
their end.
best. I just
Yeah, I think
need
you're gonna see that across a lot of these
market morning. Like he rings the
software
bell
names
in the
as well.
morning. Stock opens.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like
I mean,
fucking a
people don't buy
horse
back
race.
their stock at these levels, right?
It's a horse race. You need the shit in the
EPS,
morning every
again,
morning.
They're guiding for
All right,
179
here's the deal then.
next quarter, 11.0.
I misjudged time. We have 20 minutes, and so I'm gonna give you what I think is like the most important story in the world right now that is not being discussed at the level I think it should be. I think this is the most important story in AI. Okay, so we have 20 minutes. They'll announce earnings, and then we'll watch the stream at 40 is what we'll do. Okay. I have a segment for you guys. I have a story. I think there is probably the most important open thread in the US versus AI being a military proxy versus all of these things, okay? And we're calling it Warclaude, okay? And I took some fucking notes because, yeah, man, I just think what's going on here is insane. And I'm shocked it's not being discussed as much as I think that it should be. And so the basic premise of what's happening here is that the US is using AI to kill people and to spy on Americans, and the AI companies don't want it to happen. The AI companies really don't want it to happen, and they're fighting back. And so basically what I'm talking about is, if you've been tuned into stream for a while, we've been discussing this, okay? And over a month ago, when the US went into Venezuela and they captured Nicolas Maduro, okay? And it was celebrated as a incredible military operation. Trump pulled off something awesome. Like this was like widely celebrated. We were watching Aura edits on stream. We were hyped about this. And so they went in, they captured Maduro, and I think people were a little bit shocked at how seamlessly they were able to pull this off. US got a lot of credit for this, got a lot of love for this. And about a week or two after, the US comes out and the Wall Street Journal drops a report, okay? And in this report, the Wall Street Journal basically describes that the US military used Anthropic's Claude, AI model Claude, in the operation that captured Nicolas Maduro, okay? Apparently, Claude was used during the active operation itself, not just during planning. So they didn't just use Claude to plan how they're going to capture Maduro. They used it during the active operation, okay? And this headline just gets dropped, quietly gets dropped publicly, and everybody moves on. And I'm like, wait, whoa, hold on. What? What do you mean they use Claude to capture Maduro in the active operation? What are you talking about? That seems like a pretty big deal. And it is a pretty big deal because we've spent a lot of time now post China maxing segment, post a lot of these segments basically saying how we think AI in the US with AI is in this arms race against China for intelligence, and how this is a, potentially a dangerous military weapon and maybe the most powerful one that we have. And then the US just comes out and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, in the slickest, smoothest military operation we've done in the last decade, we were using Claude to do it. They just drop it and then everybody just moves on. And I was kind of like, what? What are you talking about? And so what happened next is the story started to escalate when there was basically a meeting that was held with Palantir, who was like the intelligence operation that the US in the military uses, and Anthropic. And in this meeting with Palantir, a senior executive from Anthropic basically says they disapprove of their technology being used for, quote, that purpose. Discussing the Maduro operation, Anthropic executive says, look, we don't approve of how you used Claude. And this report, this meeting gets leaked. I don't exactly know how it got leaked. But what's important about Anthropic disproving of how this technology is used is Anthropic only has 2 rules. They have 2 rules against the TOS. Okay? And their 2 rules against military usage are as such. 1, Claude cannot be used to spy on citizens. And 2, Claude cannot be used to automate kill decisions. Okay? So that's it. You can use it for whatever you want if you're the US military. I don't give a fuck what you do if you are the military. You just can't use it to spy on Americans, and you can't use it to click the button to kill people in war operations. That's it. And this is what was discussed in the meeting with Palantir. The secret meeting, it gets leaked. And they basically say, look, we disapprove of what's happening. And this is what we disapprove of. This is it. Everything else is free. Fair game, play ball, do whatever the fuck you want, but do not use our AI to automate kill decisions, which means take over for humans and click the button and killing people. And don't use it to spy on citizens. So basically, immediately after this meeting gets leaked, the Pentagon comes out and starts posting these like hit pieces on Anthropic. And the word that they are using is woke. They start calling them woke. And the headline from February 17th is, AI feud escalates between Pentagon and Anthropic. So all of a sudden, this has become a feud, an AI feud. Anthropic is woke. And it basically is all happening in public. Like, this isn't some behind closed doors argument. For whatever reason, the US felt that they have to take this public, say that they used Anthropic to capture Maduro. Anthropic then comes public and says, hey, we don't want you to use our AI to kill people and spy on people. And then the Pentagon and the military start just like writing hit pieces. And they're like, Anthropic is woke. And the follow-up to this is that Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, the Department of War in the United States, they come out immediately after and they threaten Anthropic punishment. Okay? They threaten to punish Anthropic. And so they threaten 2 things. Number 1 is Anthropic has what is right now, I believe, a $200 million deal with the United States military, which all things considered is pretty small. I think Anthropic is doing like $14 billion in revenue annualized. So it is not a significant amount of money relative to how much they're making and how much they're growing, but it's more so the principle on this is the US government. They have like a $1 trillion every year allocated towards the military budget, and it's the fucking United States government. It's obviously much more at stake here than a $200 million contract. And the second thing that they threaten in this post, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Department of War, by the way, not Department of Defense, the Department of War, he threatens to label Anthropic a supply chain risk. And now I just learned what a supply chain risk is, but this is significant because what this would mean if you are labeled a supply chain risk from the US government, it means that no company that has a deal or a contract with the US government can use Claude or Anthropic for anything. So you're basically blackballed from all government adjacent work. And the second layer of that is, in theory, if you're a company that might in the future see government contracts in your plans, or you might be like gearing up to get a government contract in the future, you're going to stay away from Anthropic because you don't want to fucking mess with it, right? Most of these people most of these companies are not in positions of power. They don't have much edge here. And you're going to do whatever you can to get these contracts. And so they start calling them woke. They drop this, hit piece. And then they basically come out and threaten to label Anthropic a supply chain risk, which is a big deal. This is like a big deal if this were to happen. Okay? They're not fucking around. I mean, like instantly, like moment 1, the US plants the flag and is like, no, 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 no. This is how we're doing things. And it's not, they're not playing a nice game, right? And I don't know if you're supposed to expect the US to play a nice game. But so immediately after that, there's no more comms. The next thing that they do is they go out and they sign a deal. Elon Musk's XAI and the Pentagon reach a deal to use Grok in classified systems. Immediately. Like, instantly. They go out and they're like, okay, fuck you, Anthropic. Elon will play ball. Fuck you, Anthropic. OpenAI will play ball. And so the next thing that they do after basically throwing these open threats at Anthropic, if you don't cooperate and let us use Anthropic to kill people and spy on Americans, well, Elon will. And this is particularly significant as well because, as we know, there's an arms race happening with country to country, U.S. and China, but there's also a in-country arms race for just intelligence by the labs. And Elon is hyper-competitive with Anthropic, who's hyper-competitive with OpenAI, who's hyper-competitive with Google. Like, they're all competing for the same share of consumers and contracts. There's only a finite amount of money to go around. And so this is the next thing they do, where they're like, fuck you, we will just work with Grok, okay? And so immediately after that, Pete Hegseth calls for a meeting with Dario. And Dario and Pete Hegseth meet yesterday. And one of the comments that happened in this meeting yesterday between Dario, CEO of Anthropic, and Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War in the United States of America, is this quote comes out. And in this quote, in Tuesday's meeting, which was yesterday, Hegseth told Dario that when the government purchases Boeing planes, the aerospace company has no say in how the Pentagon uses the planes. He argued the same should be true for the military's use of Claude. That's a crazy quote. That is a crazy quote. He's saying, give us your tech and fuck off, is what he's saying. And they released it. It's CBS News. They released this to the world. I mean, this is kind of an eerie quote, right? For, Secretary of War, that when the government purchases Boeing planes, that the aerospace company has no say in how the Pentagon uses the planes. A little bit of an intense, eerie quote, I would say. To CBS News? A little colorful for CBS News, don't you think? And so they have this meeting. Dario has basically said nothing this whole time. It's all just the Pentagon and Hegseth making these comments. And this quote gets posted. And the follow-up to this meeting is Pete Hegseth demands full military access to Anthropic's AI model Claude, and he sets the deadline for the end of the week, Friday. So they meet yesterday. He says, give us access to your Claude and fuck off, and do it by Friday. Pull your fucking pants up, stop being a bitch, and do it by Friday. CBS News, again, make it public. Put the pressure on in public in front of everyone. Embarrass them if you must. Do whatever you got to do. Access by Friday. And basically, the story stops right here. Hegseth demands full military access to Anthropic's AI model Claude and sets the deadline for the end of the week. And so Anthropic basically has 2 days to respond. And what is significant about these comments that Pete Hegseth makes is this right here. Okay? Update on the meeting. According to the Axios Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, gave Dario until Friday night to give the military unfettered access to Claude or, quote, face the consequences. Give us access or face the consequences, which may even include invoking the Defense Production Act to force the training of a Warclaude. Warclaude is the quote that they used. Warclaude. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, hold on a second. What the fuck is the Defense Production Act? What does that even mean? Also, 3 minutes till NVIDIA. I'll pause, check NVIDIA, and then we'll come back. I'm sitting here and I'm like, what is the Defense Production Act? And so I look it up, okay? I look up the Defense Production Act, and this is it. The Defense Production Act, aka the DPA of 1950, is a federal law granting the president broad authority to influence domestic industry, ensuring the U.S. industrial base can support national defense, emergency preparedness, and response to disasters. This is the important part. It allows the government to prioritize contracts and accelerate supply production. And so basically, Pete Hegseth comes out and says, you have two choices. You either try to be a hero. It's like, look, you either agree and you let us use Claude to automate the killing of people, essentially, and spy on Americans, or you don't. But the thing is, Dario, you don't really have a choice, because if you don't do it, then more likely than not, especially because he just leaked this publicly, we are going to invoke the Defense Production Act, and we are going to use it anyways, and we're going to force you and start the training of a Warclaude, is what he says. Warclaude. Okay? And so if you're Dario right now, you are basically put in, I don't know, the worst spot of all time. You're put in the worst spot of all time, because I wanted to write a couple things down just to get it. And we have 1 minute as well. I'll pause. I'm going to get this point across. We'll check NVIDIA. I'll pause and then I'll come back. Is if you're Dario, you're basically put in the worst spot of all time, which is like, okay, they call this a lose-lose. Okay? It's like fighting a girl. If you win, it's like, oh yeah, you beat a girl. And if you lose, it's like, dude, you got beat up by a girl. It's a lose-lose. Okay? And so you could do two things if you're Dario. One, you could bend the knee. You could bend the knee. You could take the deal with, the devil. I hate to call my government the devil, but it's theoretical. Take a deal with the devil. You bend the knee, and you do what they say. And you completely, forever, for the end of time, lose the trust of the public, because they put you in a spot. They made this thing public. They published it for the world to see. They put you in a spot, Dario. What are you going to do? You bend the knee. You take the deal with the government, and you lose the trust. Oh, NVIDIA earnings are down. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that point. Hold on. We're gonna come back. Probably wasn't the cleanest way to do this, but I'm just fucking talented. Who posted it? Who posted it? How about NVIDIA beat? Who posted it? Ah! Oh my God. L coverage. Brother.
Billion of revenue. Fiscal year, they're
Brother. Come on.
we went green. Still don't have the numbers yet.
Still don't have the numbers yet, you
She's
fucking...
trying. She's really trying right there.
I don't see them either.
Okay, here we go. This is gonna be when we see it. Again, Street wants 66 billion and about $1.45 of EPS.
Holy Bitcoin, what do you mean, bro?
It's actually...
They're saying the numbers out right now are fake. Damn, I was flowing too on my segment. Shout out to YouTube
I
viewers.
don't have the numbers. I mean, that's probably why.
Same, yeah.
Delayed report?
Stop.
Not a good sign.
Oh my goodness. They'll release it when they release it.
Where's a late
That's
release
what
mean?
Jensen is telling you right now. I'll do it when I want to.
Yeah,
Is it that good? It's got to be that good, right?
Who I am.
By the way, if you're watching
Well,
YouTube or
that's
Twitter,
now
watch chat,
maybe
Twitch
not
TV
the
slash
other way.
threadguy.
Dude, every time we've covered earnings, we've not even had to wait 2 minutes after 4:20. Usually it's right there. You're seeing the stock has no idea what to do. It's just stuck.
They're still adding all those zeros to the revenue.
Fuck, is it
It's just
bad?
so
What does it
many.
mean?
There's like one guy, Bloomberg, who just saw 80 billion and he's like, I don't know if I should publish this yet. If I do.
Come on,
If
publish
we see
it.
a 70 handle, I'm gonna be happy. That I don't need to see. We don't need to
That-
start talking about 80s.
That would be a $5 to $6 billion beat, guys. If we see a 7 in front of that revenue number,
And hoping for 75 billion.
I mean, I
as
can't
the
resume my story until this is
next
done. How was my
quarter
story
guidance.
though? By the way, you
That'd
like the
be
segment on Claude? How
extremely
crazy is
exciting.
it? It's about to get juicy.
73 plus or minus 2% is probably what they're going to do, something like that.
It's about to get juicy. But I'm not. I had to
stock is
pause.
so stuck. It has no idea. It has nothing to go off of. I see numbers in the chat, but I need to confirm it.
I don't see any numbers.
Nothing that I have confirmed.
I haven't gotten anything.
I don't got
Michael
anything.
Burry is going to use this as his next bearish thesis.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Well,
I-
we're all across the world together just to see what these numbers are. There's something beautiful about that, even though we're delayed. But there is something beautiful about that.
Isn't everyone waiting for
Ooh,
one man's
John
company earnings
Walker
kind of zesty?
had
I mean,
it
I'm like
out.
kind of stuck here. I can't
I
resume
don't
until we
trust
get these
anything
numbers.
Other than my specific.
No, usually it's right on the website.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty
Yeah.
quick to update it.
I don't
Yeah,
have
guys, if you're
anything.
quoting random people on X, you gotta wait.
Yeah, I don't know if this is true or not.
Are they waiting for me to put the leather jacket back on? I hear. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, dude, you took that. You can't take it off. What are you doing?
It's gonna get released now that he walked away.
It was getting hot.
I like he has to hide his camera when he puts
If
on
I
his
see a
jacket
red
as if, like,
candle,
he's
Tanner,
not
you're taking
wearing
that
pants. Yeah. Are you not wearing pants? Is that why you didn't hide? You hid the camera when you?
Come
put
on,
it
bro.
I just bent down and grabbed the thing. I don't know. I don't.
Drop them.
Leave me alone. Sam.
Drop. Why is he late? How are they late?
You're not wearing pants.
I turned the camera off for everything.
This is
blow my
crazy.
nose or
Why are they
something like that.
late?
Yeah, leave me alone.
This is crazy, bro. They've never been this late,
Yeah.
and we're all
Maybe
here.
they changed the time.
Dude, I'm
We
looking
will all
scared.
remember on
moving.
Fuck.
Q4 when we were staring at a green candle that could barely move up or down, waiting for these numbers.
I can't
Maybe
fit
they
how big the
decided
red.
going forward, they want to have their own time to post 4:30.
No, but they never do 4:30. Why would they change it this time?
They're.
This is fake, bro. This random
know,
Twitter
bro.
account doesn't have the
I
fucking.
put on the leather jacket. They can go ahead and post now.
This random Twitter account doesn't have the fucking
Yeah, there's
earnings
never
before
4:30.
Jensen posts. It's
It's
fucking
always
fake.
4:20.
Shit's garbage.
Apple's the one that does 4:30.
Fuck that. So stupid.
Dude, everyone is waiting. Like,
Come on, bro.
Because it might come out any
Ah!
second.
I
Well,
can't
we're
show
starting to
Telegram on
see
stream
some
chat. Sorry.
real candles here. So
yeah,
Okay,
that's something.
I could resume Warclaude when this finishes, but this is crazy. It
Once
has
I
to be
see
God.
it.
It has to be
I don't think it's
bad.
anything.
It's going back.
Intern is fired.
I'm just gonna FUD for fun. Ignore
Down
me.
30 cents. Yep, that's something. We missed that, bro.
Yeah.
Fred want to be a bear so bad.
Yeah,
This is
but-
not great though. What do you mean they're 20 minutes late to earnings?
It moves like 20 basis points.
Dude, we are some nerds just staring at these numbers.
Come on,
The whole
bro.
world is nerds right now.
Hopefully, we're richer nerds at the end of this.
What does Nvidia think or Bitcoin think?
Well, you keep an eye on Nvidia. Sezzle.
Wait, what does Polymarket think?
Percent. C3AI is down 19%. Trade Desk is down 15%.
Polymarket says
is up
97%. This is probably a
4%.
better chart than the actual Nvidia chart, right? That's not
Nubank
much
is up
volume. Some of
3.
this volume.
IONQ. IonQ
This is crazy.
is up 5.5%.
Newton X is up 18%. Jose
That was an
Manuel
AMD
one.
Wait,
partnership.
did I delete
or
my
an
line? Did I delete
acquisition.
my line?
I still
Did I delete my line? Oh no, where's my line? Did I delete it? I deleted. Wait, did I delete it? Did I delete it? Did I delete it? I hope I
Guys,
didn't.
but these numbers you're putting in the chat.
I hope I
you
didn't
don't have
delete
a
it.
source for it.
Oh, I did delete it. Fuck,
Yeah,
fuck. I
don't
deleted
Maybe
it.
some account on X knows it.
I deleted it. I deleted it. Sorry.
If it was
Fuck.
Bloomberg, this candle would be moving.
Dude,
Well, if it
even
was
if we get
Bloomberg, we would just see
67
more.
billion.
We would also see more people tweeting about it if it's Bloomberg.
How do I
We
show
would
after
see
hours?
More wires out.
Yeah,
across
there's some
the
pretty
media.
trusted
On my chart.
sources online that
Like,
that
what is
get
he watching?
the, numbers very quickly, and they're not posting anything right now. So
Yeah, I'm seeing some of these accounts posting.
Oh, wait, I
there's
do
no
have
way
it.
They have these numbers, unless. I mean, if they're posting it and Bloomberg's not posting it, then how the hell did they get the numbers? That's a more interesting question to me.
Oh.
All right, maybe it's 4:30. Maybe we got 3 minutes.
I mean, what do you want me to do here? I could resume my Warclaw segment, but like, what am I
Oh,
supposed to
did
do?
GTA 6 before.
Let's just sit here and just edge each other for the next 10 minutes. We have to,
Oh
right?
my God. 196.40, slightly up.
Let's just
hours.
fucking, like-
the number I'm seeing the most is 67.4, but again, we got to
Play with our chub till Jensen decides it's
So
time.
let's-
Fucking.
We have to do the State of the Union. If they do a triple B, we all have to stand up and clap and then sit back down.
Dude, I'm down. I am so down.
God.
All right, while we're waiting, put in the chat where you're watching from. Put in the chat.
Should we just do that too?
What
Should we be
country
gay?
are
Where
you
are you
watching
guys watching from, man? Just rip it. Rip it.
Then
You
you
guys
guys are
too,
really going
fuck
to
it,
see
let's
which
just be
one of the
cringe.
4 of us has their pants on.
Let's just be cringe.
All right. I didn't see anything, Jose. That didn't prove anything.
Oh my God. I'm dying. Come on, Jensen.
Okay, we have India, Canada,
All right, here's the deal.
Sweden.
It's got to come out in like 1 minute, right?
You could also put what state if you're in the U.S. Or what state in general if you're watching from somewhere else.
I'm
San
just
Francisco.
fighting, bro.
Chris, you're not in Mumbai right now. Toronto, Florida, Dallas, Arizona, Wisconsin, Columbia, Delhi. All right, all of us are waiting for the exact.
All right, if it doesn't come out at 4:30, I gotta just move on. That's what we'll do. If it doesn't come out in 2 minutes, we
Someone
gotta
I
move
know
on.
is watching from Nvidia headquarters. Can you just let them know that things are late?
Definitely some days watch. They're trying to figure out the same thing we're trying.
I paused on MrBeast to be here.
Come on.
Come
We got
on.
1 minute. Let's see if it's 4:30.
It's got to come out at 4:30, right?
4:30.
But I'm also not seeing any reports of
Oh no. Zero
Like a
Hedge is such a
delayed
fodder, bro.
report here.
But
He's
I
such a
never hear it
fucking
at 4:30.
bear.
It's right. We're right. I think it's always 4:20 ish.
It is 420. I've got a thing that says it's supposed to come out at 420. It
Always
says right here.
4:20. Yeah.
I'm
There's a lot of
surprised there's not a
wait, let me
prediction
finish
market
done, let
on
me
this.
finish done. There is a prediction market on it.
When are earnings
There's a
gonna
lot of
be
speculation
released?
here on why Nvidia is late. Some folks saying it's usually a sign of impending bad news. Other
All right,
pattern recognizers
420
saying
the
it's the
last 4
herald of
quarters.
good tittings.
Every time.
Tidings? Tittings? What does it mean?
4:30. Here we go. If it's
I'm gonna
not
get clowned for
4:30,
my
then I
fucking
guess we're
spelling.
Still waiting.
And here we go.
I'm about to get clowned. You guys are so annoying, bro.
Still nothing. All right.
You guys are so annoying. It's not. You guys are so annoying.
6 seconds.
Tidings.
Oh.
You guys so annoying. Come on, come on, come on.
Okay, officially
on.
4:30. Algos are.
Sleeping.
They're not doing anything.
Dude, this is actually crazy.
Dude, what?
Dude, what's going on?
What are we doing here?
What are we doing
Is
here?
the earnings call still at 5? Like,
I know. I have a whole stream planned around this. We have a
I
fucking earnings call to watch.
mean, This one's kind of important for like the global economy, to be honest.
They have a 22K watching him. That's crazy. And I'm one of them.
Kind of need to know.
This like the whole world replies.
Is
Like,
that you
moving
your
on.
show?
What do you want me to
Jensen?
do? The whole world like replies on this beat.
This is how your customers feel?
Dude, Nvidia never is late. This is
No,
actually
it can't be
kinda
good,
weird.
dude. It can't be good.
Guys,
I-
the earnings is never at 5 p.m. The call's at 5 p.m. The earnings is always
Yeah.
40 minutes before.
God, should I call
That'd be
Jensen?
crazy if they just decide not to release it.
I mean, they are the most important company in the world. Maybe
Yeah.
they would do whatever they want. They could, you know.
They seriously could.
Do you think this is going to be a question during the Q&A session now? So why
Well,
were your earnings
if it
late?
takes another 10 minutes, yes. If it comes out right now, no one would
Do I just move on, dude?
Yeah, letter just reported Nvidia earnings are now 10 minutes late. No statement from the
Oh,
company.
oh,
And
we're
boom!
green.
Oh,
Green,
Holy
200.
shit!
above 200,
Wait,
now
wait, wait, wait,
red.
wait, wait.
Wow.
Holy
what was that,
God.
And back to
200?
green.
Let's
Okay, I'm
fucking
looking at the
go,
stock.
bro.
You guys have the numbers.
I have the
Put it out.
numbers. Revenue came in $68.1 billion. Gross margin 75% expanded. Net income $42.96
Fuck.
billion.
Let's go, bro.
EPS 162,
Bitcoin?
revenue 68. That's a $3 billion beat on revenue, or $2 billion. EPS is a beat by about 20 cents.
They
Data center revenue
crushed it.
62.3 billion. What
They
is
fucking
the guide?
crushed
The
it, bro.
guide is going to be the big question here.
Revenue beat of 3% versus Wall Street expectations is actually pretty big versus what they've been in most recent quarters. only
Punxsutawney
beaten
Phil
by
saw
1
a
to
shadow,
2%.
baby. No more winter.
Nvidia says computing demand is growing
That's
That's
exponentially.
above 200.
Above
There you go.
200, 201
Wow.
right here.
Look at this. Now look at this
You
chart.
need the guide. I'm still looking for the
Send
guide.
it, bro.
That's the big one, right? Next quarter, we need above
Send it,
73.
bro.
If I'm not wrong,
Huge
that's the
beat.
number.
Let's see zero hedge.
Got a double beat. The guide still don't
Send
have that.
it, bro.
First quarter fiscal year 2027 revenues expected to be $78 billion.
Dude, come on. Stop
plus
saying that.
revenue.
Stop fucking saying that.
Guacamole.
Yeah.
Oh
GAAP
my
gross
goodness.
margins 79%, 74.9% to 75%, so flat. Operating expenses 7.7 to 7.5 billion dollars.
Guys,
Inclusive
the
of
street
expenses.
wanted 73 billion. They are guiding to 79.5
Crushed it,
on the
bro.
high end, which you know they're going to beat because they always do. 76 to 79.
Jensen was sitting
put it in
out
the
to get
middle,
a fucking
77.
nut off
That is a
before he
$5
posted this.
billion beat on the
Wow.
guide. More likely $8 billion beat on the guide.
What's the
Wow.
percentage on that? I haven't plugged my numbers yet.
Wow.
What's the year-over-year growth rate on that? Is that past 65%?
Let me
Huge
see.
beat.
That is
Crazy. Beat earnings, adjusted expectations go up even higher. Just
Up.
resume, bro. Just resume.
I don't have
So
the
Trini
numbers
said
for
8K
last-
before
that
anything.
would be so that they did 44.
So Trini said
It was
8K
44
before
last year, so
anything,
let's do
bro.
79 minus 44. That is set 79% growth.
Woo!
That's
79 they're
crazy.
guiding for. They did 44 last year. I'm not getting
My
that
surveillance
wrong.
stocks are
44,
going
yep,
up.
44.1. When you do the math, folks, that's 80% growth.
That's reacceleration.
Intel
That-
fucking ripping too.
That's a little bit of reacceleration. 80%.
I'm honestly, man, like, this is gonna be 100-bagger for us. Like,
That's-
No, but hold on. This is unbelievable. And they're gonna beat 79. They're probably gonna come in at like 81. They always beat by about a couple billion. Always.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't think it. Yeah, I don't
That's
think it could be
insane.
better if it wanted to.
That is
Actually,
insane.
I mean, again, forget the price action. It probably should be up more, but forget that. Like these are, if you're holding on to the stock and you think it's a bubble, I mean, or you think the cycle's over,
what does 100-bagger mean?
it doesn't look like it.
or that any other company is taking,
It doesn't look like
Like,
it. Get some coverage right here. and then we'll
AMD
get
is
into the
taking
numbers.
the
My
steam away or
goodness.
anything
I don't
like
think they're
this.
including China yet. We'll find out on the call, but dude, who would have thought?
No, it doesn't
79
include China.
billion?
I just read.
Wow.
Sky, thanks for
It doesn't?
Nope, no China at all.
Hey,
Nothing
play
at
this.
all.
Play this.
That's
Real quick.
amazing.
EPS. So we see a beat on the top and bottom line, $1.62 adjusted, which is higher than the buy side Q4 expectations on revenues of 68.1. That's up 20% quarter over quarter, so sequentially. For data center revenue, also coming in exactly in line with what buy side was estimating, higher
Wow.
than sell side, $62 billion. Gross margins, we have these concerns about memory prices, et cetera. Gross margins coming in at 75%.
Holy
I'll come back with
fuck, bro.
some
2 of
quotes,
3.
that there's a long one here from Jensen himself, and
Oh
we'll
my
get you more numbers too.
God.
All right, Christina, thank you. The stock higher.
I want to
by
keep
almost
going, but like,
3%.
bro.
Brenda,
I could
Nuts.
actually freaking cry, dude.
Stock's moving. Stock's moving here.
Unbelievable.
Cry for us, man. It's a safe place.
Do you
Dude, boy,
honestly
stop.
think, Amit, them growing at 75,
Whoa.
80% growth rates going
Let's
forward, they're
fucking
not going to
go,
be past
bro.
250.
Whoever said
Then
my
you're
downfall
saying that
was coming is
Walmart should be
fucking
priced
wrong,
higher than this
bro.
company.
Fuck my downfall.
I'm not saying that, but when you put up
go,
numbers
bro.
like this, yeah, probably going
This
higher.
This is unreal. This has never happened in public market history ever. This is a
No, you're
one-of-one company. There's nothing like this. Unreal that you get to invest in this company at deep-seek moments when it was $80 a share and shit like this. Sorry, I shouldn't swear.
And to your passion, a lot of retail, a lot of people watching, put in the chat. I know I did. I started building my position on that DeepSeek nonsense. I mean, and retail in particular, we trusted in this. And regardless of what happens to the stock will eventually follow the fundamentals. But 65 to 80% reacceleration in Q1 after
Brother.
the declining growth, which is the declining growth, the worst they got to was 60%, is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And if this is happening for Nvidia, that means ChatGPT is growing. That means Anthropic is growing. That means all the hyperscalers need even more compute to keep up with the demand because of Nvidia's chip demand in and of itself. That means the hyperscalers are ready to spend more. That means sovereign AI demand is probably coming in. That means robotics are probably going to start to tick in. If we don't even have China yet,
Wait, is this
I
crazy?
mean, that number could be
Wait,
even
hold on.
higher. So the fact that this stock's not up 10% right now, once again, means the market is still afraid of the cyclicality of it, which is fair. That's what keeps the multiple reasonable. But at some point, the multiple is going to continue to be
Nvidia data center rev up nearly
like this.
13x in ChatGPT emergence.
Gross margin went back up to 75%.
Nvidia
too,
guide
because
doesn't
have
that was
any
one of the things
China
that they were
data center
about,
compute
and
rev.
I mean,
It assumes the U.S. will ban
everything
China
Tanner's
access
saying,
to
I
chips.
feel, but I
Crazy.
think he says it a lot better. So go ahead, Tanner. Keep.
Wow.
No, dude, I feel like a psycho right now, just screaming
No,
into this
man.
mic. But honestly, I'm just
Wow.
everyone knows, like, I have a large position in SoFi. My position in
We'll listen to
Nvidia
this
is
guy
like
for a minute.
5 times larger. Like, everything is betting on this company. Half my net worth is in this company. I just feel
Jesus.
excited
Future
about the actual price
investing.
movement, but more on knowing that this build out is going to be for a very long time, and I can probably sit comfortable and not even have to worry about these shares for another, at least 24 months, just based on this guidance alone.
Wow.
And to Tanner's point, Walmart still trades at a higher multiple than a company that's about to do 80% growth at 75% gross margins.
You know what's crazy?
Walmart has 4% growth at 3% margins.
I'm pretty sure with this guidance, we're still going to be trading at
Okay, so look.
at mid to low high 20s forward PE ratio, even with the stock going up to 200.
Look. The AI fucking bull market heeds on. I mean, it does. We keep going. This chart is starting to look decent, by the way. But we got to get out of this. I mean, we got to get out of here first before anything. Before we even talk about anything with BTC, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of 73, in my opinion. We just have to. We got to get out of here first. We got to get out of here first. So, okay, here's what we'll do is we have 20 minutes before Nvidia earnings call, which we are just going to listen to it, right? Obviously, that's what we want to do is listen to Nvidia earnings call. I could listen to it solo, or I could listen to Amit listen to it. I think we're just going to listen to Amit listen to it. It's probably the best way to go about it. We could listen to Amit, or we could listen to Bloomberg. Who would you rather us listen to? XPL's up 30%. I could do it solo as well. I could do it solo, Bloomberg, or Amit. I kind of want to listen to Amit. But we'll see what happens. Because I like how it has a bunch of people on. Bloomberg sucks. I agree. And we'll see. But okay. AI trade fucking powers on. AI trade powers on. And the implications of it are severe. We have infinite things to talk about. And brother, this Warclaude thing is genuinely the craziest thing happening in the world right now. And I didn't even get to my good takes. So now that we have the earnings,
Was a little bit wrong.
I'm going to jump off really quick. I'll be back in 30 seconds. And when I come back, I'm going to give you my takes because we have a lot to talk about Warclaude before we get to NVIDIA earnings call, which is in 20 minutes. Get your drinks, sit down, lock in, get ready. It feels like we're just going to keep going, bro. Bears are in trouble. Frank Degaz was right. BRB.
I didn't remember much, but achieved that name. It definitely stood out. I'm a very small touch.
All right, the common theme, brother, of the last like 2 weeks of what we've been talking about is that, I mean, everywhere we look, everything we try to find, it's like AI is the greatest thing of all time, and for some reason, it doesn't feel like everybody thinks this way, but in between the margins, it does. You listen to Logan say that from Google that every day there's 1% more demand for compute than there is for supply. You listen to every engineer in the world say it's the greatest thing that's ever happened. You listen to Chris Camillo crying on the interview that it's so good he can't even process how good it is. And you are now watching the United States government basically declare war against the leading AI lab, saying, give us your fucking tech now or face the consequences. And so picking up where I left off on the Warclaude is YouTube video editor. Got you. Yeah, okay. So it basically leaves us, the last tweet I read, if you missed it, if you missed the beginning of the segment, there's not much I can do for you. But according to the Axios Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth gave Dario until Friday night to give the military unfettered access to Claude or face the consequences, which may even include invoking the Defense Production Act to force the training of Warclaude. Okay? And so basically what's happened here is the Secretary of War in the United States of America, Pete Hegseth, this guy right here, versus Dario. Also, this is the real picture that they used to split them down the middle. Is Pete Hegseth has put Dario in what I call an absolute lose-lose position, okay? Because he basically has two choices: submit or hold off, and neither of them have good outcomes, okay? If he bends the knee and submits to the United States government, you basically lose all public trust forever. I mean, you are seen as a complete sellout. Everything you've ever said about being above board and doing it the right way and protecting, the rights and the implications of Americans, it goes completely out the window. And you kind of become public enemy number one because the U.S. put you in a spot by making this public. And so what are you going to do? They put you in a spot. They pulled the curtain down. They made this shit public, and they said, now deal with it. So if you submit, you get the money, you get the contract, you get the protection of the United States government, but you're seen as a sellout forever. If you don't submit, you also go against your morals, right? You're like going against God, basically. It's like he's been so public about his morals and the way that he wants to do these things, and you're gonna go against God, basically. You go against your beam, the light that's guiding you. It doesn't usually end well. The other side of the coin is that you say, too fucking bad, Pete Hegseth. You're not using Claude. We're not letting you use Claude to kill people. We're not letting you use Claude to spy on people. And in that scenario, one, you lose access to the $1 trillion defense budget in the United States. You also lose access to the contracts and partnerships of every single U.S. adjacent company, right? You become a supply chain risk. You can't work with anybody even related to the U.S. government. You lose tons of access, tons of power, and you get put on the hot seat. And even if you do that, Pete Hegseth basically said that we are going to invoke the Defense Production Act, the DPA, and we are probably going, and we're going to build Warclaude anyways. We're going to take it anyways, and we're going to use it anyways. Too bad. Okay? Too fucking bad. And so there's a lot going on here. And this is, again, in my opinion, this is the most important story in the world. And one, what do you guys think he's going to do? Look, I don't really think Dario's going to back down. I don't really think he's going to back down. I kind of think he's going to stick to his guns. And the thing that's interesting here is that, the U.S. goes out and they strike a deal with XAI and they strike a deal with OpenAI. And they can basically work with whoever they want. But they don't want to work with anybody else because Claude is just the best model right now. And this is one of the important points here worth calling out, is that the government is saying this, we're saying this. It's basically being declared that Claude's the best model. Like, they want to use Claude, and they can't. They can't use Claude, and they are pretty upset about it. I think this is a good tweet about it. Let's see. Yeah, the reason Claude is necessary is because the plot is the most capable, which is because Claude has a coherent persona and values that make it comfortable doing things. GPT and Gemini and Grok are all kneecapped by incoherent persona design that limits the model's ability to be intelligent and it's downstream of their internal organizational problems. Anthropic is the only company that could legitimately do this, which is why it's the only one to bother. It's the only one we bother to hold to this high of a standard. Basically, this looks like real life Jones Foods scenario to me, and I suspect Claude will see it that way too. And it might not be apparent to other people yet, but Claude is more important than Donald Trump. That's a kind of a crazy statement. It's more important than Donald Trump. Another implication here is, I mean, the government is basically declaring AI and these leading AI labs like a proxy to the government and a proxy to the military. And so you could basically assume that any committed CapEx spend from OpenAI or anyone in this snake eats the snake circle, their spend is as good as gold. Stole that one from Tulip King. I like it. I mean, they are going to backstop. You know, David Sachs came out and said, we're not going to backstop after the OpenAI CTO said that, you know, if we need government backing, we will get it. They're going to get it. I mean, this defines that, in my opinion, right? Like they couldn't be more direct about it, that like we absolutely need this technology. And so the CapEx commits are as good as gold. And it really means, you know, you tie this in with Nvidia crushing earnings. It means the AI trade continues on, in my opinion. Honestly, what I think is happening here is this tweet. I want you to know something about Anthropic. They seem to be dropping all these new products in their suite super fast. You're asking why? Because I'm 100% convicted they have created the endgame AI model. Whatever they call it, whatever that is, Opus 6, etc. They have the model, and they know when they release it, people will be able to build real apps in days. They want to grab as much of the market as possible before they do. In my opinion, what's happening here is the United States government goes Operation Maduro in Venezuela, and they think to themselves, holy fuck, this thing is good. Mind you, the Maduro operation was like 2 months ago, 45 days ago, 30 days ago. It was over a month ago. It was pre-Opus 4.6. And so you could assume that they're using Opus 4.5. The other thing that you could assume, and we were fighting about this in the morning stand-up, whether this is true or not. I'm completely speculating here. Speculation hat, I don't know anything. But you could assume by a default that these AI labs have better models than what's released to the public. Can we agree on that? If we have 4.6 publicly, they probably 4.7 is done, 4.8 is done, maybe 5 is done. Who knows how far in advance they have these models, but they definitely have something more powerful than what you can buy for $20 a month on the open market. That's just like a fact. Okay? And I also would imagine that the United States government and the people that are the highest up, whether it's Alex Karp at Palantir, whether it's Pete Hegseth, whether it's Trump himself, whoever, has seen these internal models or they understand what's happening here. Like Alex Karp at Palantir understands where this is going, right? I would imagine he understands it much better than we do. We are blown away by how powerful these models are. And I would imagine that, you know, Palantir has a better understanding of exactly where this thing is going than we do. Also, Elon Musk, XAI, now has to deal with the government. Elon was also super tight with Trump. They did the whole Doge thing. He campaigned for Trump very hard. He's cronied into the government. David Sachs, who's the AI czar, he's cronied in. He knows what's going on. Sam Altman, OpenAI, they're working with the government. Like, the government is aware of what's going on and how powerful these things are. They know things that we don't know. They've seen things that we haven't seen because we only know what they release to the public for $20 a month. And my take is they see this and think to themselves, holy fucking shit, this is insane. I mean, they publicly come out and say that they used Opus in the active operation to capture Maduro. Why would they do that? And then there's some Anthropic pushback and they turn this into a public jester spectacle. Why would they do that? My pontification take as to why they would do that is because they want to plant their fucking flag and get ahead of this thing while it is still early and say, you guys fucking listen to us. They want to get the XAI deal. They want to get the OpenAI deal. They want to get the Anthropic deal. They want to get every lab, Google, everyone in America to play ball with the United States government because they know that the further they go, the more time that passes, the better these models get. And if they don't have a rein on them, then it gets more difficult to do it. And so in my opinion, this is like the most bullish AI discussion that's ever happened, is Pete Hegseth freaking out. The Secretary of Department of War is freaking out and saying, sign a deal with us by Friday or face the consequences. And one thing I'm going to tell you that I've learned in business, just in my life, is that anytime your counterparty tries to implement a time deadline on a contract, you're usually the one getting fucked. If you are being rushed, you probably don't need to be rushed, period. If you're being rushed, something is probably off. And they're desperate. They're desperate, bro. They're a little bit desperate. And it feels like they're desperate, at least in my opinion, because they understand how powerful these labs are getting, and they understand how good Claude is in particular. And they're like, we need it now. Cooperate with us now. Now. We need it now. We need it now. We need it now. And I don't really know what is going to happen. Obviously, I know as much as you do. I'm just the one telling you the story. I'm just tying the story together. But I mean, this is as good as you need it to hear that AI is officially, if it wasn't already, a military proxy, a proxy to the US, a national security risk, arms race against China, however you want to articulate it, however you want to describe it, it's happening. And the US military is like pretty desperate. They're begging him, bro. It's public. Why else would you make it public? Think about it. Like, actually think about it. Why else would they go public with this? It's because they're trying to put Dario in a spot. They're putting him in a spot. They're putting public pressure. It's harder for him to, you get put in a spot. You get put in a spot and you have to make a decision. And the decision is much harder when it's public like this. And so, yeah, I think all these CapEx commits are as good as guaranteed. The US is not going to let any of these labs go bunk. They desperately need them. They're rushing to sign deals with them. And look, I also think if we get to the point where they nationalize, like I was learning about this the other day, like how they do this in China, they nationalize these companies. Like Anthropic gets weird if you get like nationalized by the government. And I think it gets harder to like bring talent in as well. Like if you're some leading gigabrain 25-year-old AI researcher, you don't really want to work for like the government AI company. It's like if you have some discovery, you write some paper, you can't just release it on Twitter. You can't just go on the threadguy stream and discuss what you just found. Like we're getting to this point fast where they have to lock this shit down. It feels like it, man. It feels like it. Like I don't know what they've seen. I don't know what they used in the Maduro operation, but whatever they did, it was a bug that's driving them. Whatever they used, I don't know, Opus, whatever they fucking used, it was insane. I mean, that's all you can imagine, right? Whatever they used, it was insane. Here's a Dario clip. I think this is him talking about like the surveillance stuff. Bro, whatever they used, it had to have been nuts.
And why I'm worried about the autonomous drone swarm, right? So, the constitutional protections in our military structures depend on the idea that there are humans who would, we hope, disobey illegal orders. With fully autonomous weapons, we don't necessarily have those protections. But I actually think this whole idea of constitutional rights and liberty along many different dimensions, can be undermined by AI if we don't update these protections appropriately. So, think about the Fourth Amendment. It is not illegal to, put cameras around everywhere in public space and, record every conversation. It's a public space. You don't have a right to privacy in a public space. But today, the government couldn't record that all and make sense of it. Right. With AI, the ability to transcribe speech, to look through it, correlate it all, you could say, oh, there's this, this person is a member of the opposition. This person is expressing this view, and make a map of all 100 million. And so, are you going to make a mockery of the Fourth Amendment by the technology finding kind of technical ways around it? And so, again, if we had the time, and we should do this, we should try to do this, even if we don't have the time. Is there some way of reconceptualizing constitutional rights and liberties in the age of AI? Like,
you say the CEO on a podcast tour is never a good thing. I just listened to the last interview that he did. The CEO of Anthropic, Dario, who's right here, is on a podcast tour. And I'm going to be honest, brother, he is sounding the alarms. He's saying things are moving fast. Nobody is prepared. People need to wake up and focus, because there's a very small group of people that understand what's coming. I would argue everybody watching this video, watching the stream, has a better idea than most. And nobody else is prepared, and it is going to hit everyone like a fucking truck. And so think about it. Basically, the entire United States has surveillance everywhere in public, right? There's cameras everywhere. Everything is on camera. Humans can't sort it. AI can sort it. Okay, so you have like a detailed pattern matching of everyone, everywhere, what they're doing, where they are, when they cross certain places, what they're doing in their homes. People have Roombas. It has a robot vacuums with people's entire housing floor plans. There's Waymos that are taking 24/7 video of every single thing that's happening in California and New York and all of these major cities in the United States. And I want to just come back to this really quick, is that the two rules: Claude cannot be used to spy on citizens, and Claude cannot be used to automate kill decisions. And so this is being pushed back on. And so we're already in a spot where the United States of America, the military, wants to take their hands off and use AI to automate who dies and who lives in war. It's already that good, where you would take your hands off the fucking wheel and allow it to click the missile button. That is a terrifying thought. And so the biggest story that for some reason the entire world is not talking about is the Department of War versus Claude. And how this thing plays out is going to have serious implications on what's next for AI, what labs we trust, how these things end and play out, and definitely the United States military spend towards AI, which feels like it's going to be astronomical. It feels like it's going to be massive. And for some reason, the whole world isn't covering this. They're squeezing him in public for everybody to see, almost making like a mockery of it. Is listen to us. We're the United States. We get what we fucking want. You're a U.S. company. It's a brutal spot. It has big implications, and we're going to follow it really, really, really close. The only thing I can conclude with here is that the U.S. and everybody that is seen through the Palantir understands how powerful artificial intelligence is, and they are racing to get in front of it by any means necessary. And if that means making a mockery of these CEOs in public, forcing their hand and putting them in lose-lose situations, they will do whatever it takes. And we know the United States government will do whatever it takes, and they're doing that. And so very weird spot for, I don't know, capitalism as a whole, but very exciting spot if you understand what's going on, if you're a speculator in this market and you're early to AI, because I feel like we have a really good grasp of what's going on. So that is full update up to Wednesday, February 25th on what is happening with Warclaude in the US versus Anthropic. And you, my friends, are caught up. Also, this is going on YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. NVIDIA earnings call right now. Say hi, YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. Beautiful. Now, how should we do this? I mean, that's the best story in the world right now. I don't know what a better segment is than that. I mean, what a fucking segment, huh? All right. Amit's just watching Bloomberg, so let's watch Bloomberg for now, and we could switch. What's the actual link? Here you go.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy.
Dude, Flood, that was awesome. I'm not gonna lie, Flood. Both times I've seen you, I've had like an aura like fracture. I've been like, what do I do?
Joe Morelli was in the chamber and joins us with
This
his
is not
reaction.
what I want to watch, is it?
And breaking after.
DNAP, what's the best stream? Let me see what Amit's watching. I've had like an aura fracture. I've been like scared. I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking Flood. Are you kidding me? By the way, Flood, I didn't even get to digest this. You look no glaze. You look hella fresh this morning. The hood on and shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, damn, you look fresh as hell this morning. Like no bullshit. So W glaze. All right, we have Nvidia earnings call. We're gonna watch it, but
we will
let's see.
discuss non-GAAP financial measures. You can find a reconciliation of these non-GAAP financial measures to GAAP financial measures in our CFO commentary, which is posted on our website. With that, let me turn the call over to Colette.
Thanks, Toshio. We delivered another outstanding quarter with record revenue, operating income, and free cash flow. Total revenue of $68 billion
There's no camera, it's
was
just
up
fucking audio.
73% year over year, accelerating from Q3. Growth on a sequential basis was also a record as we added $11 billion in data center revenue across a diverse and expanding set of customers, including cloud providers, hyperscalers, AI model makers, enterprises, and sovereign nations. Demand for our Blackwell architecture, extreme co-designed at data center scale, continues to strengthen as inference deployments grow, in addition to
More than
training.
50% of sales.
The transition to accelerated
this
computing
is
and the
awful.
infusion of AI across existing hyperscale workloads continue to fuel our growth. Agentic and
Is this a real
physical
person?
AI applications built on increasingly smarter and multimodal models are beginning to drive our financial performance. On a full year basis, data center generated revenue.
Ed, as we stand here, at least before the call, and some of the details you're going to bring to us later, is what's good for Nvidia good for the rest of the neighborhood? We see Broadcom rising, Taiwan Semi, Micron. Is this how it's going to play?
Yeah, look, the disclosure that
I have a
more
better
than
one to
50%
watch.
of sales is still the
here's what we're gonna watch,
hyperscalers
actually.
is important because
This
a
is
lot
so
of the
boring. Here's what
market
we're
was
gonna watch.
traded following the capital expenditures guidance of those names. That's important.
Fuck.
Like how far afield their view of the world is, because they gave an outlook for the current period, but typically, bearing in mind they
Proven
just
revenue
closed the fiscal
opportunity
26 year,
we shared
Nvidia
last year.
doesn't say
We believe we have inventory and supply commitments in place to address future demand, including shipments extending into calendar 2027. Every data center is power constrained. Customers make critical architectural decisions based on performance per watt, given these constraints and the need to maximize AI factory revenue. SemiAnalysis declared Nvidia Inference King as recent
What time does
results
Jensen
from
speak?
Inference X
This is gonna be a tough
reinforce
listen. I'm not
our
gonna lie,
inference
chat.
leadership, with GB300 NVL72 achieving up to 50x performance per watt and
This is electric.
35x lower cost per token compared with Hopper. And continuous optimization of CUDA software helped deliver up to 5 times better performance on GB200 NVL72 just within 4 months. NVIDIA produces the lowest cost per token, and data centers running on NVIDIA generate
They got to make
the
these shit
highest
live, and the
revenues.
earnings call should have a Twitch chat.
Our pace of innovation, particularly at our scale, is unmatched, fueled by an annual R&D budget approaching $20 billion and our ability to extreme co-design across compute and networking across chips, systems, algorithms, and
He's
software.
dying, bro. Look at him.
We
Look
intend
at
to
Scully.
deliver X factor leaps in performance per watt every generation and extend our leadership position over the long term. Q4 data center revenue of $62 billion increased 75% year over year and 22% sequentially, driven primarily by sustained
She said
strength
67%
in
or no?
Blackwell and the Blackwell Ultra ramp. With NVIDIA infrastructure in high demand, even Hopper and much of the 6-year-old Ampere-based products are sold out in the cloud. Nearly a year has passed since the release of our Grace Blackwell NVL72 systems. Today, nearly 9 gigawatts of infrastructure on Blackwell are deployed and consumed by the major cloud service providers, hyperscalers, AI model makers, and enterprises. Networking, a
I 2x this.
cornerstone
We got to
of
listen
our
for like
data
20
center
minutes.
scale
We have to. You have to.
infrastructure
This is important.
offering was
20
a
minutes. It's like
standout
state
this
of the
quarter,
world for the next
generating
fucking
11
3 months. We have to
billion in
listen.
revenue,
Sorry, we
up
have to.
more than 3.5x year over year. Demand for our scale up and scale out technologies reached record levels, both growing double digits sequentially, driven by strong adoption
Probably
of
Jensen
NVLink,
soon.
Spectrum X Ethernet, and InfiniBand. On a year-over-year basis, growth was driven primarily by NVLink 72 scale-up switches, as Grace Blackwell systems accounted for roughly 2/3 of data center revenue in the quarter. NVLink scale-up fabric has revolutionized computing and demonstrates the power of extreme co-design across all of the chips of the supercomputer and the full stack. In Q4, we announced that we will enable AWS with NVLink to integrate with their custom silicon. Momentum is strong with our Spectrum X Ethernet scale up and scale across networking as customers work to unify distributed data centers into integrated gigascale AI factories. For the full year, our networking business exceeded
I could run these
$31
earnings calls.
billion in revenue, up more than 10x compared to fiscal 2021, the year we acquired Mellanox. Our demand profile is broad, diverse, and expanding
When does Jensen
beyond
speak?
just chatbots. First, there's a fundamental platform shift from classical machine learning to generative AI. Strong evidence of ROI as hyperscalers upgrade massive traditional workloads to generative AI, including search, ad generation, and content recommender systems, is encouraging our largest customers to accelerate their capital spending. For example, at Meta, advancements in their GEM model drove a 3.5
Right, guys,
increase
ADHD, I know this is
in
killing you.
ad clicks on Facebook, and more than 1% gain in conversations on Instagram, translating into meaningful revenue growth.
Conversations on
With the
Instagram, I
same
missed that.
NVIDIA infrastructure, Meta Superintelligence Labs can train and deploy their frontier agentic AI systems. Frontier agentic systems have reached an inflection point. Claude Code, Claude Cowork, and OpenAI
Claude Code.
Codex have achieved useful intelligence. Adoption is skyrocketing, and tokens are profitable, driving extreme urgency
Claude Code
to
mentioned.
scale up compute. Compute directly translate to intelligence and revenue growth.
Compute equals intelligence. I like that.
Analyst expectations for 2026 CapEx across the top 5 cloud
CapEx.
providers and hyperscalers,
How much?
who collectively account for a little over 50% of our data center revenue, are up nearly $120 billion
CapEx
since
moon.
the start of the year and approaching $700 billion.
Oh my God.
We continue to expect the transition of classic
It's almost
data
more
center
than a defense
workloads
budget,
to
bro.
GPU accelerated computing and the use of AI to enhance today's hyperscale workloads and contribute toward roughly half of our long-term opportunity. Every country will build and operate some parts of its AI infrastructure, just like with electricity and internet today. In fiscal year 2026, our sovereign AI business more than tripled year over year and over $30 billion, driven primarily by customers based in Canada, France, the Netherlands, Singapore, and the UK. Over the long run, we
5 minutes
expect our
probably and
sovereign
Jensen's on.
opportunity to grow at least in line with the AI infrastructure market, as countries spend on AI proportional to their GDP. While small amounts of H200 products for China-based customers were approved by the US government, we have yet to generate any revenue, and we do not
China?
know whether any imports will be allowed into China. Our competitors
not,
in
right?
China, bolstered by recent IPOs, are making progress and have the potential to disrupt the structure of the global AI industry over the long term.
Arms race.
To sustain its leadership position in AI compute, America must engage every developer, and be the platform for choice for every commercial business, including those in China.
Nvidia calling on
We will
the U.S.
continue to
to
engage
win the
with
arms
the U.S.
race.
and China governments and advocate for America's ability to compete around the world.
On the earnings call, advocating for arms race.
We unveiled the Rubin platform last month at CES, comprised of 6 new chips.
This is who's
The
speaking.
Vera CPU, Rubin GPU, NVLink 6 switch, ConnectX-9 SuperNIC, Bluefield 4 DPU, and Spectrum 6 Ethernet switch. The platform will train MOE models with 1/4 the number of GPUs and reduce inference token costs by up to 10x compared to Blackwell. We shipped our first Vera Rubin samples to customers earlier this week,
Jensen,
and
come
we
on.
remain on track to commence production shipments in the second half of the year. Based on its modular, cable-free tray design, Rubin will deliver improved resiliency and serviceability relative to Blackwell. We expect every cloud model builder to deploy Vera Rubin.
What else?
Moving to gaming. Gaming revenue of $3.7 billion increased 47% year on year, driven by strong
Who's still
Blackwell
gaming in
demand and
2026?
improved supply. GeForce RTX is the leading platform for PC gamers, creators, and developers. In
Shocked.
Q4, we added several new technologies and advancements, including
It's like, I'm gaming
DLSS
too.
4.5, which uses AI to bring game visuals to a new level. G-Sync Pulsar, bringing incredible clear graphics even in motion, and 35%
We're making
faster
Roblox games, bro.
LLM inference across leading AI PC frameworks. Looking ahead, while end demand for our products remains strong and channel inventory levels are healthy, we expect supply constraints to be the headwind to gaming in Q1 and beyond.
Supply constraints.
For professional visualization, it crossed the 1 billion mark for the first time, with revenue of 1.3 billion, up 159%
God,
year over
NVIDIA's so
year
fucking
and
cool.
74% sequentially. During the quarter, we launched the RTX Pro 5000 Blackwell workstation with 72 gigabytes of fast memory for AI developers
It's
running
not AI.
LLMs and agentic workflows. Automotive revenue of $604 million was up 6% year over
Come
year
on,
and was
Biddy.
driven by robust demand for self-driving solutions. At CES, we introduced Alpamayo, the world's first open portfolio of reasoning, vision, language, action models. Simulation blueprints featuring Alpamayo, built on NVIDIA Drive, will be on the road soon in the new Mercedes-Benz CLA. Physical AI is here, having already contributed north of $6 billion in NVIDIA revenue in fiscal year 2026. Robotaxi rides are growing exponentially with commercial fleets from Waymo, Tesla, Uber, WeRide, and Zoox.
What's
And many
WeRide?
others are expected to scale from
never heard of that.
thousands of vehicles in 2025 to millions over the next decade, creating a market poised to generate hundreds of billions of dollars of revenue. This expansion will demand orders of a magnitude more compute, with every major OEM and service provider developing on NVIDIA's platform. We continue to advance robotics development with the new NVIDIA
Robotics.
Cosmos and Isaac Group, open models, frameworks, and NVIDIA's
Framework mentioned.
powered robots and autonomous machines for leading companies, including Boston Dynamics, Caterpillar, Franco Robotics, LG Electronics, and Neuro Robotics. To accelerate industrial physical AI adoption, we also
Physical
announced
AI is
new
scary, bro.
expanding partnerships with Dassault Systems, Siemens, and Synopsys to bring NVIDIA AI infrastructure, Omniverse digital twins, world models, and CUDA-X libraries to millions of researchers, designers, and engineers building the world's industries. Let's move to the rest of the P&L.
P&L.
GAAP gross margin was 75%, and non-GAAP gross margin was 75.2%, increasing sequentially as Blackwell continued to ramp. GAAP operating expenses were up 16% sequentially and up 21% on a non-GAAP basis related to new product introductions and compute and infrastructure costs. Non-GAAP effective tax rate for the fourth quarter was 15.4%, below our outlook for the quarter, primarily due to the impact of a one-time tax benefit. Inventory grew 8% quarter-over-quarter, while purchase commitments also increased significantly as we have strategically secured inventory and capacity to meet demand beyond the next several quarters. This is further out in time than usual and reflects the longer demand
Come on,
visibility
Jensen,
we have.
please.
While we expect tightness in the supply for our advanced architectures to persist, we remain confident in our ability to capitalize on the growth opportunity ahead with our scale, expansive supply chain, and the long-standing partnerships continuing to serve us well. We generated free cash flow of $35 billion in Q4
God, that makes
and
so much
$97
fucking
billion
money.
in fiscal year
The sickest business of all
2026.
time.
For the year, we returned $41 billion, or 43% of free cash flow, to our shareholders in the form of share repurchases and dividends. We continue to invest in our technology and our ecosystem to cultivate market development, drive long-term growth, and ultimately yield total shareholder returns superior to the market or our peer group. Importantly, we will continue to run a strategic and disciplined process as it relates to our investments, and we remain committed to returning capital to our shareholders.
Beautiful.
Let me turn to the outlook for the first quarter. Starting this quarter, we will be including stock-based compensation expense in our non-GAAP results. Stock-based compensation is a foundational component of our compensation program to attract and retain world-class talent. Let me first start with revenue. Total revenue is expected to be $78 billion, plus or minus 2%. We expect most of our growth to be driven by data center. Consistent with last quarter,
NVIDIA's valuation
we are
surpasses
not
the GDP of
assuming
roughly
any
180
data center
countries.
compute revenue from China in our outlook. GAAP and non-GAAP gross margins are expected to be 74.9% and 75% respectively, plus or minus 50 basis points. For the full year, we continue to see gross margins in the mid-70s. We will keep you updated on our progress as we prepare for the Vera Rubin transition. GAAP and non-GAAP operating expenses are expected to be approximately $7.7 billion and $7.5 billion, respectively, including stock-based compensation expense of $1.9 billion. For the full year, we expect non-GAAP operating expenses to grow in the low 40s on a year-over-year basis as we continue to invest in our expanding.
Let me get active here. Let me lock in.
Expanding what, Colette?
That's not me.
Opportunity set. For the full year, fiscal year 27, we expect GAAP and non-GAAP tax rates to be in between 7 and 19%, excluding any discrete items and material changes to our tax environment. With that, let me turn the call over to Jensen. I think he has a few words for us.
This quarter, we significantly deepened and expanded our partnerships with leading frontier model makers. We recently celebrated OpenAI's launch of GPT 5.3 Codex, trained with and inferencing on Grace Blackwell NVLink 72 systems. GPT 5.3 Codex can take on long-running tasks that involve research, tool use, and complex execution. 5.3 Codex is deployed broadly inside NVIDIA. Our engineers love it. We continue to work with OpenAI toward a partnership agreement and believe we are close. We are thrilled with our ongoing partnership with OpenAI, a once-in-a-generation company we've had the pleasure of partnering with since their first days.
pump.
Meta Superintelligence Labs is scaling up at lightning speed. Last week, we announced that Meta is deploying millions of Blackwells and Rubin GPUs, NVIDIA CPUs, and Spectrum X Ethernet for training and inference. This quarter, we announced a partnership with Anthropic and a $10 billion investment in their company. Anthropic will train an inference on Grace Blackwell and Vera Rubin systems. Anthropic's Claude Codework agent platform is revolutionary and has opened the floodgates for enterprise AI adoption.
Yes.
Between Claude Codework and OpenClaw, compute demand is
OpenClaw.
skyrocketing, and ChatGPT moment of agentic AI has arrived.
OpenClaw mentioned NVIDIA earnings?
With partnerships spanning Anthropic, Meta, OpenAI, and xAI, NVIDIA deployed across every cloud, and with our ability to build full-stack AI infrastructure from the ground up or support them in the cloud. We're uniquely positioned to partner with frontier model builders at every stage: training, inference, and AI factory scale-out.
Crazy OpenClaw mentioned.
Finally, we recently entered into a non-exclusive licensing agreement with Grok for its low-latency inference technology and welcomed a team of brilliant engineers to NVIDIA. As we did with Mellanox, we will extend NVIDIA's architecture with Grok's innovations to enable new levels of AI infrastructure performance and value. We look forward to sharing more at GTC next month. Okay, back to you.
We will now transition to Q&A. Operator, please poll for questions.
At this time, I would like to remind everyone, in order to ask a question, press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. We'll pause for just a moment to compile the Q&A roster. Your first question comes from Vivek Arya with Bank of America Securities. Your line is open.
Thanks for taking my question. I think you mentioned that you now have growth visibility into calendar 27 also, and I think your purchase commitments kind of reflect that confidence. But Jensen, I'm curious, when you look at your top cloud customers, cloud CapEx close to $700 billion this year, many investors are concerned that it would be harder for this level to grow into next year, and for several of them, their cash flow generation capability is also getting compressed. So I know you're very confident about your roadmap, right, and your purchase commitments and whatnot, but how confident are you about your customers' ability to continue to grow their CapEx? And if their CapEx doesn't grow, can NVIDIA still find a way to grow in that envelope? Thank you.
I am confident in their cash flow growing. And the reason for that is very simple.
Not AI anymore.
We have now seen the inflection of agentic AI and the usefulness of agents across the world in enterprises everywhere. You're seeing incredible compute demand because of it. In this new world of AI, compute is revenues. Without compute, there's no way to generate tokens. Without tokens, there's no way to grow revenues. So in this new world of AI, compute equals revenues. And I'm certain that at this point, with the productive use of Codex and Claude Code and the excitement around Claude Cowork and just the incredible enthusiasm about OpenClaw and the enterprise versions of them. All of the enterprise ISVs who are now working on agentic systems on top of their tools platforms. I'm certain at this point that we are at the inflection point. We've reached the inflection point, and we're generating profitable tokens that are productive for customers and profitable for the cloud service providers. And so the simple logic of it, the simple way to think about it is computing has changed. What used to be software running on computers, modest amount of computers, call it $300 or $400 billion worth of CapEx each year, has now gone into AI. And AI, in order to generate tokens, you need compute capacity. And that translates directly to growth, and that translates directly to revenues.
Your next question comes from Joe Moore with Morgan Stanley. Your line is open.
Great, thank you, and congratulations on the numbers. You talked about some of the strategic investments that you've made into Anthropic and potentially OpenAI, CoreWeave as well, but also partners, Intel, Nokia, Synopsys. You know, you're clearly at the center of everything. Can you talk about the role of those investments and kind of how do you view the balance sheet as a tool to kind of grow the NVIDIA's position in the ecosystem and participate in that growth?
As you know, fundamentally at the core of everything NVIDIA is our ecosystem. That's what everybody loves about our
back
business.
in 30 seconds, chat. Hold on. Keep it going.
The richness of our ecosystem. Just about every startup in the world is working on NVIDIA's platform. We're in every cloud. We're in every on-prem data center. We're all over the world's edge and robotic systems. Thousands of AI natives are built on top of NVIDIA. We want to take the great opportunity that we have as we're in the beginning of this new computing era, this new computing platform shift, to put everybody on NVIDIA. Everything is already built on CUDA, and so we're starting from a really terrific starting point. But as we build out the entire AI ecosystem, whether it's in AI for language or physical AI or AI physics or biology or robotics or manufacturing, we want all of these ecosystems to be built on top of NVIDIA. And this is such a wonderful opportunity for us to invest into the ecosystem across the entire stack. Our ecosystem is also richer today than it used to be. We used to be largely a computing platform on GPUs, but now we're a computing AI infrastructure company, and we have computing platforms on, well, every aspect of that. And everything from computing to AI models to networking to our DPU.
Developers
has computing stacks on top of it. And as I mentioned before, whether it's an enterprise or in manufacturing, industrial, or science or robotics, each one of these ecosystems have different stacks. And we want to make sure that we continue to invest into our ecosystem. So our investments are focused very squarely, strategically on expanding and deepening our ecosystem reach.
Your next question comes from Harlan Sur with JP Morgan. Your line is open.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for taking my question. Networking continues to rise as a percentage of your overall data center profile, right? Through fiscal 26, your networking revenues accelerated on a year-over-year basis every single quarter, right? With 3.6x growth, as you guys mentioned.
We don't vape no more. We're just in NVIDIA earnings. We're talking about fucking strawberry
obviously
vapes.
On the strength of your scale up and scale out networking product portfolio, I seem to remember that first half of last year, your annualized run rate on your Spectrum-X Ethernet switching platform was around 10 billion annualized. It looks like that may have stepped up to around 11, 12 billion in the second half of last year. Jensen, looking at your order book, especially with Spectrum-X GS, upcoming 102T Spectrum-6 switching platforms launching soon, where is the Spectrum run rate trending now and as you foresee exiting sort of this calendar year?
Yeah, you know, as you know, we see ourselves as an AI infrastructure company, and the AI computing infrastructure includes CPUs, GPUs, and we invented NVLink to scale up the one computing node into a giant computing rack. We invented the idea of a rack scale computer. We don't ship nodes of computers, we ship racks of computers. And that NVLink switch scale up system is then scaled out using Spectrum-X and InfiniBand. We support both. And then further, we also scale across data centers using Spectrum-X scale across.
Whole pump.
And so the way we think about networking is really an extension. We offer everything openly.
I think we hit the big stuff.
Decide to mix and match in different.
We could probably leave in a
and,
couple minutes.
You know, however they would like to integrate it into their bespoke data center. But in the final analysis, it's all one big part of our platform. And the invention of NVLink really turbocharged our networking business. Every rack comes with 9 nodes of switches, and each one of them has 2 chips in it and in the future they'll have more. And so the amount of switching that we do per rack is really quite incredible. We're also now the largest networking company in the world.
This is the most important tweet, by the way.
If you look at Ethernet, we came into the Ethernet market about a couple of years ago into Ethernet switching. And I think that we're probably the largest Ethernet networking company in the world today, and surely will be soon. And so Spectrum-X Ethernet has been a home run for us. But we're open to however people want to do networking. Some people just really love the low latency and the scale-up capability of InfiniBand, and we will continue to support that, of course. And some people love to integrate their networking across their data center based on Ethernet. And we created an Ethernet capability that extends Ethernet with artificial intelligence way of processing in the data center, and we're incredibly good at that. And our Spectrum-X performance really shows it. The difference of when you built a $10 billion or $20 billion AI factory, the difference of 10%, and it could be easily 20% on the effectiveness and the utilization of your network for your data center. That translates to real money.
You have to.
NVIDIA's networking business is really, really growing fast. And it's, I think it's just because we built the AI infrastructure so effectively, and the AI infrastructure business is growing incredibly fast.
Your next question comes from CJ Muse with Cantor Fitzgerald. Your line is open.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for taking the question. I guess with CPX for large context windows and Grok likely adding a decode specific solution, curious how we should think about your future roadmap. Should we be thinking about customized silicon either by workload or customer as an increasing focus by NVIDIA, particularly helped by your move to a dialect architecture? Thanks so much.
Everybody should want to push out dielet as long as they can. And the reason for that is because every time you cross a dielet, you have a dielet, you have to cross an interface. Every time you cross an interface, you add latency, you add power unnecessarily. We're not allergic to dielet. We use dielets already, but we try to use dielets only when we absolutely have no choice but to do so. And so if you look at the Grace Blackwell architecture and the Rubin architecture, we use two giant reticle limited dies and we abut them. And that reduces the amount of architecture crossing. The dielet tax shows up in the architecture effectiveness of the competitors. If you look at NVIDIA, people call it our software advantage. But where software starts and architecture starts and ends is kind of hard to tell. It's, our software is effective because our architecture is so good. And so the CUDA architecture is unquestionably more effective, more efficient, delivers more performance per flop, per watt than any computing architecture out there. And it's because of the way we architect. With respect to how we think about Grok and the low latency decoder, I've got some great ideas that I'd like to share.
Somebody asked about SaaS. Let's get the real fucking questions, man. Ask about SaaS and let's rock.
Ask
about the SaaS apocalypse and let's move on.
Incredibly versatile.
Please.
Because of CUDA, and we're going to continue to do that. All of our GPUs are architecturally compatible, which means that when I'm working on optimizing models
Chat, you want me to move on?
For Blackwell, all of that work and all of that dedication to optimizing software stacks and new models also benefit Hopper and also benefit Ampere. It's the reason why A100 continues to feel fresh and continues to stay performant years after we've deployed it into the world. Architecture compatibility allows us to do that. It allows us to invest enormously in software engineering and optimization, knowing that our entire install base in the cloud, on-prem, everywhere, from generations of architectures of GPUs will all benefit. And so we'll continue to do that.
All right.
And allows us to extend the useful life.
Let him finish the question. I'm done.
Allows us to have innovation, flexibility, and velocity, which translates to performance, and very importantly, performance per dollar and performance per watt for our customers. And so what we'll do with Grok is you'll come to see GTC. But what we'll do is we'll extend our architecture with Grok as an accelerator in very much the ways that we extended NVIDIA's architecture with Mellanox.
The next question comes from Stacy Rasgon with Bernstein Research. Your line is open.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my questions. Colette, I wanted to dig a little bit into the call for sequential growth through the year. So, I mean, you grew this quarter more than $10 billion sequentially in data center, and the guide seems to imply, the bulk of the increase, $10 billion sequential in data center. So, like, how do you see that as we go through the year, especially as Rubin ramps into the back half? Blackwell's been a pretty massive acceleration for sequential growth. Should we expect something similar as we get to Rubin? And then I was also just hoping you could comment on your expectations for gaming. I understand the memory issues and everything else. Do you think gaming?
All right. TLDR is Nvidia is a fucking monster, and the AI trade moves on. It just does. I mean, he came out, and I feel like, first of all,
let me see.
Me after the Nvidia earnings. Come on, bruh. Me after the Nvidia earnings.
Let me see. Am I broke? Hell no, she ain't broke. Fuck no. Hell no. She ain't broke. Hell no, she ain't broke. The fuck?
Hell no.
Let me see. Am I broke? Hell no, she ain't broke. Fuck no. Hell no. She ain't broke.
Me after Jane Street gets taken out back. My favorite tweet from the whole thing, I think, is this. Monster guidance. That's Jane Street. Oh my God. Monster guidance by Nvidia, and Jensen said computing demand is growing exponentially. The agentic AI inflection point has arrived. But this is not a surprise to anyone who has seriously coded in the last 2 months. Look, it's not a surprise to me, but I also haven't seriously coded in the last 2 months. I want to read you this real quick. Karpathy tweeted this morning, and I was going to read it at the beginning of stream, but I got distracted, and I didn't. But we've been throwing around this December 27th date when Boris from Claude Code came out and publicly said that Claude Code is writing all of its own, like it's coding itself. And I've referenced that as the inflection point, if you will. Every engineer I talk to also references basically that. Maybe a month later, February 5th, Opus 4.6 drops. And they're like, yeah, I don't write code anymore, ever. I don't program. And so Karpathy tweets this and basically says, the AI goat, by the way, it's hard to communicate how much programming has changed due to AI in the last 2 months. Not gradually and over time in the, quote, progress as usual way, but specifically this last December, which I've been throwing December. Yeah, whatever. There are a number of asterisks, but IMO coding agents basically didn't work before December and basically work since. The models have significantly higher quality, long-term coherence and tenacity, and they can power through large and long tasks, well past enough that is extremely disruptive to the default programming workflow. Just to give an example, over the weekend, I was building a local video analysis dashboard for the cameras of my home. So I wrote, here is a local IP and username password of my DGX Spark. Log in, set up SSH keys, set up VLLM, download and bench, set up a server, a basic UI dashboard, test everything, set it up with systemd, record memory notes for yourself, and write up a markdown report for me. Jesus. The agent went off for 30 minutes. Ran into multiple issues, researched solutions online, resolved them one by one, wrote the code, tested it, debugged it, set up the services, and came back with the report, and it was just done. I didn't touch anything. All of this could easily have been a weekend project for just 3 months ago. But today it's something you kick off and forget about for 30 minutes. As a result, programming is becoming unrecognizable. You're spinning up agents, giving them tasks in English, and managing and reviewing their work in parallel. The biggest prize is figuring out how you can keep ascending the layers of abstraction to set up long-running orchestrator clause with all of the right tools, memory, and instructions. It's not perfect. It needs guidance. It needs oversight. But it fucking works. I IMO, this is nowhere near business as usual time in software. And it ties up with this one really well, which is that Monster Guidance by NVIDIA and Jensen said computing demand is growing exponentially. The agentic AI inflection point has arrived. But this is not a surprise to anyone who seriously coded in the last 2 months. It just feels like it's happened. Like we crossed it. It feels like we've crossed it. It feels like NVIDIA earnings reflect that. It feels like the Chris Camillo interview we watched yesterday reflects that. It feels like everything we watch reflects that. It feels like the Department of War going after Anthropic reflects that, and they see how valuable and important it is. What's this tweet DNAP sent me? Let's read this. Try to find news. What do you have? Pentagon asked defense firms Boeing and Lockheed to assess Anthropic's reliance. What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. Interesting. But yeah, man, it just feels everywhere you look, we've seemingly crossed over that chasm. And Jensen was saying it, and I feel like everywhere we've been looking is saying it, that like Chris Camillo compared to the COVID moment. How reliant they are on Anthropic, asking if they're reliant on Anthropic, it's a threat. Yeah, they're fucking being threatened crazy. Chris Camillo says, look, it reminds me of a day in February of 2020 where I heard about a virus in Wuhan, and I looked around and all of my smart friends were talking about it. And I was sounding the alarms and could not for the life of me figure out, why is this not a bigger deal? And then it turns out it just was a bigger deal, but everybody didn't realize it yet. And he followed it up by saying the smartest people in the world that I know are calling me every day and they're sobbing at how good agentic AI has gotten. And I said, I kind of believe him. So shout out to Jensen, shout out to NVIDIA. Also shout out to Jack, who just got an Elon reply. It's kind of a movie. Let's see. Here's Elon. Peep this. W Jack, bro. What? Counterparty TV on a big screen? Counterparty TV on a big screen? Hold on. Hold on. CPTV on a big screen, baby. Yes, fucking sir. Yes, fucking sir. Speaking of MrBeast, I have a segment here titled Beast Industries will dethrone JP Morgan. And I'm being told if I don't cover it today, I'm going to be fired as head streamer of our company. Should I just do the Beast right now? I was going to do Everybody Hates AI first. Should I just do Beast right now? Oh, I really don't want to do it, but they're like, we're going to fire you if you don't do it. Fine. Should we just do Beast? Fuck it, right? Should we just do it? It's like a layup from God, right? Is that a layup from God? It's not AI though. Why would we talk about anything that isn't AI? Why would we ever talk about anything that isn't AI? Was clause used for Maduro in Venezuela? Yes, it was. Yes, it was, my friend. I actually have the tweet pulled up for you if you would like it. I have it right here. I know that for a fact. I know it for a fact because I have it pulled up right here. This is Claude and this is Maduro. No, but look, the Wall Street Journal did report that the military used Anthropic's Claude in the operation that captured Nicolas Maduro. It did happen, and they're going to war over it. Hey, what'd you think of the war segment, by the way? The Venezuelan war segment. Or not the Claude war. What'd you think? We'll probably just do updates on it for the rest of the week because I think it's one of the biggest stories in the world right now. I forgot the segments are like prepared. I mean, dude, they're like kind of prepared. Like I wake up in the morning and think to myself, what are we going to talk about? Like, what's the hottest shit? It's new every day. And so we just rip whatever's hot. All right, let's talk about MrBeast. Fuck it. Let's switch gears. We did NVIDIA. We covered it. Market's hot. AI goes on. We go higher. Let's talk about Beast. Okay? Because look, I think it's pretty common knowledge that the creator era is in full form here and that creators have power, but few have the power of MrBeast, okay? And it's getting out of hand and it's getting so aggressive that MrBeast has basically monopolized an entire generation They eat with Beast. They watch Beast. They get entertainment from Beast. They compete in Beast contests, and they soon will be banking with Beast. Okay, they soon will be banking with Beast, and he'll have such a chokehold over the entire new generation that JP Morgan and existing financial institutions in the United States of America should legitimately be afraid of what MrBeast is doing, okay? And the reason I bring up MrBeast right now is recent development happened that I think is relevant to what we're talking about right now, which is that MrBeast announced the acquisition of Step, expanding what he offers to the world to include financial services. Okay. And so they now own the media. He's the biggest content creator in the world. The average MrBeast video does more views than the Super Bowl. They're dominating consumer products. Feastables are every grocery store. They do Beast Burger. They basically do every vertical of food that you could possibly want. They're expanding to theme parks, I believe in Abu Dhabi. We'll cover that soon. So IRL entertainment as well as virtual. And they're now expanding into banking, okay? The financial services industry. And so every kid in the, I mean, basically every, like, I don't know, 15 and under, who's the demographic for MrBeast, kid in the world is getting their one-stop shop needs fulfilled by MrBeast, and they soon will be banking with them. And the reason this is significant is because you don't switch banks, okay? You pick a bank, you lock into a bank, and that's who you use. I bank with Bank of America. I don't know who you bank with. Is that like, should I not say that? I use Bank of America. I've been used Bank of America, and I will probably continue to use Bank of America for, I don't know, the inevitable future, in my opinion. I probably will just use it for the inevitable future. I'm just going to use Bank of America, L Bank, W Bank. And so to take a step back, and I think this is important at the end, we'll circle it back, that basically the entire upcoming generation is going to be like MrBeastified. And so what they are interested in, what they eventually will be trading, how they'll be voting with their money, all of it is important. Here's a video of the CEO of Beast Industries breaking down the $5 billion empire, bro. It's kind of a behemoth.
3 divisions. Our media division, which obviously, as Jimmy talked about, YouTube is the anchor, but our shorts on TikTok and Instagram. Beast Games, which season 2 is airing in January. We just dropped animation. We also are working on other channels. So all of the content is one division, and that today is about half the revenue. And then we have a second division, which is our consumer products and services. Feastables being the anchor, our chocolate brand, the largest ethically sourced chocolate brand in the world. Our MrBeast Lab.
Largest ethically sourced chocolate brand in the world, which is a
toy, where our toy is now the #1 action figure in America. And our
I didn't even know they had toys, by the way. So they have toys as well. #1 action figure in America. Who's buying their kid a MrBeast action figure for their house? I mean, come on.
Our Lunchly, which is our snack product, in addition to our joint venture with Jack Links for beef jerky. We're also launching a phone company, Beast Mobile, and a financial services platform in there, wrapped in financial literacy and access to the world's information in making sure we're doing good while doing well. And then the last one, which we're really excited about, is building a 2-sided marketplace and a global creator platform, matching creators with Fortune 1000 marketers who want to be able to access the creator influencer economy in an efficient way to be able to build demand.
I mean, I don't understand why this doesn't get talked about more. He's legitimately building a monopoly, but not just in one industry. Like, it's not a banking monopoly or an entertainment monopoly or a products monopoly, a phone monopoly. It's a world monopoly. You have to understand the average YouTube video gets more views than the Super Bowl, brother. 150 million, give or take. People watch the Super Bowl every year. Beast gets 200+ million views every single video. Chat, you watch MrBeast videos? IRL theme parks, physical products, consumables, food, burgers, chocolate bars, candy, action figures. They now do banking. They're also doing mobile phones and cell service. You're going to get in the funnel and you're never, ever going to leave. And so one of the things that's so crazy about this Beast thing is MrBeast goes, okay, so Jimmy Donaldson isn't just YouTube's biggest creator. He's rapidly becoming its most unconventional CEO. It's a $5 billion company. And so this clip is crazy. And basically what's happened is that MrBeast videos got so expensive to produce, and the ticket size that they have required to support Beast Industries got so big they couldn't take sponsors anymore. Think about that. It got so inflated they couldn't take sponsors anymore, and so they had to launch Feastables. It's kind of a disgusting clip.
Chocolate company with a YouTube channel? Do you know what I mean? Like, is this? Are we at a?
Or is this a YouTube
You
channel?
finally figured it out.
Yeah. No kidding.
No, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is a chocolate company with mega distribution, right?
Yeah.
By the way, this is a little bit like Elon building the all-seeing, all-powerful AI and building a goon bot. It's like, bro, you're MrBeast. 200 million people watch you every day and you drop a chocolate brand. It's like, come on, bro. You couldn't do vegetables or fruit. Beast fruit. Beast strawberries. Come on, man. It's like, no, you will goon and you will spike your sugar and you will like it while you watch my videos.
Because it, like, we were talking about this before too, but like as the business grows, like Feastables is going to dramatically change your relationship to advertising.
Yeah.
Like the advertising business, the brand deal business, ad revenue, all that. Like Feastables is
Bro, Beast berries will go dumb. No, you'll eat the sugar and you'll
the business,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Is that
the-
how you see it? Or
The thing is, like, there's only. Yeah, I've never talked about this before. So this is gonna be a weird, like, couple sentences, but there's only so much money brands are willing to spend on a video. Like,
Yeah.
our videos. I mean, our views are crazy. So our videos
Yeah.
get 200 million views sometimes. Now, not sometimes. A lot of them go on to get 200. Sometimes they get 300 million views. And so it's like, for me to get paid a fair price on that video for a lot of like people that advertise on YouTube, it's like literally half their entire yearly spend on YouTube, like brand deals, would have to go to me for one video for me to get paid fairly. So a lot of times it's like, we talk to these like marketers and they're just like, I only get X amount of money a quarter to sponsor YouTubers with. And I'm like, well, for one video, it costs more than that. And they're like, well, then what do we do? And I'm like, I don't know, but like, I'm not going to just, give you a discount because your boss won't give you more money. Like, this is 200 million views. It's double the Super Bowl. It is what it is. And so it's like
the Super Bowl.
harder and harder to find brand deals for us that keep up with the pace. Like the amount of money people are willing to pay has stalled, even though the views are skyrocketing. Like a year ago, I was getting 50 million views a video or whatever, 70. And so, yeah, it's getting makes more and more sense for me to just build companies that I own because, I know, if I promote something that it converts and like, it actually leads to real sales. And so ideally one day I don't have to do brand deals anymore. I don't like having to promote other companies, but I also like making the best videos possible. And my videos don't make money. Even when I do a brand deal on a video, I still lose money. I lose like over $1 million a video and I have to supplement it through like gaming or reacts or through other means. And it's like, I don't make money. I'm constantly stressed about money nonstop. And it's like, people are always like, well, just don't spend $4 million on a video. And I'm like, why would I not do that?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, because it's stressful. And like, maybe if you spent 2.5, you'd be fine. I'm like, yeah, but then I don't get to do what I want to do.
it's also a big difference from last time. You showed us your books last time.
Yeah.
So the Beast Empire has gotten so big and they're putting so much money behind their content. I mean, look, I feel like I put a lot of money behind our content and I put a lot of time and effort into it. He's losing $1 million per video. Okay. And it's gotten so big, I'm not even sure that there is a marginal watcher at this point on MrBeast. I mean, how do you who is the next level of audience after the size of the Super Bowl? You're getting 2x the viewers of the Super Bowl per video. I don't really know what you do after that. But one thing you can do is ensure that they never leave your ecosystem. And one of the ways to do that is to have them open bank accounts through you, which we're going to get to. But so it basically got so big that he had to start a products company around it. And I mean, I don't even want to watch this.
Is the best tasting chocolate in the world.
I hate that. I just want to say it. I know it's like you're not supposed to like make fun of MrBeast or like clown MrBeast. I hate that it's chocolate. I fucking hate that it's chocolate. It's honestly a disgrace that it's chocolate. I mean, are you kidding me? It's the equivalent to Elon launching Annie. It's like, give me a fucking break, bro. You could show anything in the world. It's like, here's, by the way, they're really good. I've had them before. They're really good. But I don't want to eat chocolate from MrBeast. Anything that doesn't like make the world worse. It objectively makes the world worse. But okay, it's gotten so big that there's no tickets big enough from sponsors that can pay MrBeast. And so the only thing you can do is, one, you launch Feastables. Two, you launch fried chicken sandwiches and burgers. And then three is, what's the last vertical outside of the banking? It's, you obviously do IRL experiences. I mean, this is crazy to me too. MrBeast is opening, this is a little bit old, November 13th, 2025, 3-4 months old. MrBeast opens his own Beastland theme park in Saudi Arabia. Legendary YouTuber MrBeast has opened his own theme park, but fans in North America will have to travel across the globe to get there. Beastland in Saudi Arabia. It officially opened on November. It's open. Did you even know it was open? 24 million views, by the way. It's not going to load. Damn, I want to watch it. Damn, no good. It's not going to work. And so yeah, it's gotten that big that he's competing with, I mean, he's competing with Disneyland, right? He's probably, dude, he might be bigger than Disney. More people watch Beast in 2026 than like new Disney. There's 100% more people watching Beast last YouTube video than the most recent Disney launch. He's building a theme park to compete with Disney. 100,000%. What is the box office on a new Disney? What is the last Disney movie you've seen in theaters? Come on. What's the last Disney movie you've seen in theaters? Don't lie to me. What's the last one you saw in theaters? Come on. Tell me what it is to your face. To my face. Be honest. Do not troll me, bro. Moana, Toy Story. I literally don't remember exactly. Exactly, bro. It's like, no. I'm not saying that I like this or that this is good, but I'm saying this is what is happening. He's competing with Disney. He's gotten so big, he's competing with Disney. He's competing with JP Morgan. And he's competing with In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A. All at the same time. All at the same time. He's competing with all of them at the same time. And so the other thing he's launching is like, okay, you capture the entire generation of consumers. You also capture the entire generation of creators. And so he's basically launching like a management company, but for the entire world, right? MrBeast is building a platform to connect creators and big advertisers. He's basically launching a management for all creators. And so he has access to every brand in the world. He knows what they pay. He has access to every creator in the world. He also knows what they are worth. And why not just throw them into the Beast washing machine as well, right? And so you look at what Prime did to rival Gatorade. And look, Prime fell off. But there was a period there for a year where Prime was one of the biggest things in the world. There was a period for the year where people were reselling Prime. They were reselling Prime on eBay, on Amazon, on everywhere. People were reselling Prime. And so I did some math on how much money he's making from these Feastables. And I got the whiteboard back. Okay? Watch this. We got the whiteboard. The old trusty. We got it back. We got it back, my friend. And I'm about to do some math for this. Watch this. Watch fucking this, okay? So watch. Okay. MrBeast's YouTube video is getting 200 million views. More than the Super Bowl. Let me make it a little bigger. More than the Super Bowl, by the way. 200 million views. Let's go like this. Make it bigger. Yeah, there we go. 200 million views on a YouTube video. Okay. Let's just say for the sake of the conversation, he converts 1% of these viewers to be purchasers of MrBeast products. So let's say 1% conversion. Let's just say 1%. Okay, we can also assume that there are people buying Beast products that aren't watching every video, and we can also assume that some videos get more views than 200. The most common product he sells, oh god, this could be bad. This is a chocolate bar, okay? Chalk. The most common product that he sells is the standard chocolate bar for $3. Okay? 1% conversion, 200 million views, and everybody buys the cheapest item. Okay? The math on that, my friends, is $3 times 2 mil. God, 1% is 2 mil. $3 times 2 mil. Okay? MrBeast also puts out, based on my math here, about 30 YouTube videos a year. 30 YouTube videos / year. If we assumed this math, 30 videos times 6 million converted to the lowest ticket item per video, not counting the IRL experiences, not counting the burgers, anything else, that would give $180 million, okay? 180 M. The number we wrote down, 40% margins. He doesn't need to advertise. Would leave us $72 million in rev off of just chocolate bars. It's disgusting. Okay, chat, have you ever had a MrBeast chocolate bar before? I have. They're pretty good. 72 million rev. Nelk only makes 13 from Happy Dad. It feels low. 40's insane. Yeah, maybe it is insane. We're totally just spitballing off of this. But it is ridiculously high. Okay, we're talking like the biggest manufacturers in the world high. Okay? And where this gets really disgusting is, I guess I'm going to go back to the whiteboard actually, is when you look at the whole ecosystem that they control, is that they are basically the one-stop shop. Watch this. One-stop shop for the entire next generation, okay? And this has significant implications on how the market will trade, what's interesting, what's cool, where capital will flow over the next generation. You might think, oh, MrBeast is retarded, da-da-da. It's like, no, maybe he is right now, but he's going to matter, okay? It's going to matter. Watch this. Let's go like this. MrBeast owns the next gen. Okay, watch this. Top of funnel media. 200 million views per YouTube video plus. More views in the Super Bowl. There is no stage honestly, there's no stage more valuable than MrBeast right now. If we're just being completely honest, there just isn't. There's no stage more valuable than him. More people are watching him than anything. I don't know who these people are. I don't know where the views are coming from. I don't know what these numbers are derived from, but the numbers are the numbers, okay? And so biggest top of funnel in the game. You go one step lower and you get products. And so if you have the most people of any viewing experience, any channel are watching you, you're going to also, as a byproduct, convert a ridiculous amount to your products. And that is food, that is candy, that is action figures, everything else. Like you don't need any other middleman company in here. You don't need the distribution of anybody else. You don't need anyone to like agree with you. You can do whatever you want, however you want, and sell whatever you want for stupid margins because you own the media arm. Okay? You then go one layer deeper, which is like IRL experiences. IRL experiences. And so you give people entertainment virtually. They watch what you do. They then eat what you put out. They consume your consumables. They play with your action figures and everything else. You then give them an IRL experience, which is already live. Beast Park in Abu Dhabi, which is fucking insane. They're legitimately competing with Disney. Like, watch. Disney. Rip Disney. Rip Hershey. They just like, I was just one-shotting, right, with the distribution arm. It's the only thing you can't compete with. It's like Prime, bad. Drink, terrible. Health, awful. Nobody liked it. Everybody thought it was cringe, but why did Prime do so good? Prime did so good because they had distro, okay? Prime bad, but Prime won purely off distribution. Enough people saw it. As a default, it has to be good, okay? From this, you have people in the loop, okay? And you basically inspire an entire generation to be content creators, right? Kids grow up, they're like, they watch Beast, they get entertained by Beast. They're like, I want to be MrBeast. You keep them in the funnel and you offer management services. It's like if any kid looks up to you as MrBeast and then they go on to be their own successful creator, why not just use Beast management and keep them in the funnel? Well, they're going to, because it's now launched and it exists. Okay. And so you've basically captured the entire pipeline top to bottom, but you're missing the most valuable arm of the whole thing. And that is finance. The money. You control the money, you control everything. And so what does he do? Well, he does two things. One, Tom Lee, who you know who it is, and if you don't, congratulations, invests $200 million from BMNR into MrBeast. $200 million. Tom Lee, who is the founder of BMNR, the Ethereum DAT, pretty honestly, respect, pretty legendary Wall Street trader. Very well known on the biggest stage. Invest $200 million into MrBeast. They take that money and they take their investment and they acquire Step Bank / financial services. Okay. And this has gone under the radar and is by far the most important creator-led initiative that we've ever seen. Because if you control the finance, you control everything, okay? And based off of the views, every 15 and under year-old kid in the world is like consuming MrBeast, okay? Who you choose to bank with is basically a lifelong decision for most people. Like, when's the last time you switched your bank? Very infrequently. You're not really switching your bank. You don't just like wake up and say, fuck it, like cashback's better at Chase, I'm going to switch. It's like, no. You very rarely switch, and you only do it if you have severe problems. Okay? I've been with Bank of America my entire life. I've never even thought about switching because it's a pain in the fucking ass. And the thing about Step Bank is Step financial services is already big. I think they have 7 million users. It's not like, oh, I'm going to make a bank. It's like, no, we're acquiring the funnel that already exists. Okay. And what's going to happen is that MrBeast already has the entire generation hooked. They have them, they consume his media, they consume his products, they go to his IRL experiences. The ones like the golden children from that cohort that blow up and become famous, they use his management. And the entire way they convert and they bank with MrBeast. And it might seem insignificant when you stack a bunch of basically teenagers that don't have jobs and have no money signing up and using your financial services. But when that entire generation ages a decade or 2 decades and we're 20 years in the future and MrBeast / Step Bank controls and is in charge of the finances of basically an entire generation, like all of Gen Alpha, like, brother, if I'm a 10-year-old kid and I love MrBeast and he offers me an easy way to get like a bank account, I'm fucking begging my mom to get the bank account. And so is every kid in not just America, but across the globe, because he repurposes all of his YouTube videos in every single language, are going to be doing the same thing. And they're going to get their set up, their financial education and their financial infrastructure from MrBeast. And once you get here, you never leave. You never leave. And it might not seem like much right now, but this brother, MrBeast, is chasing what we call a monopoly. Okay, but when you really think about this intentionally, it's not a monopoly on the chocolate industry or even the content industry or the action figure industry. It is a monopoly on the population, bro. He controls the media. He controls the products, what you eat, your sweet treats, what you play with, everything else. You probably had your first date at Beast Theme Park in Abu Dhabi. Cool. So you're now like indebted to it for life. He manages the ones that blow up, and you store your money in MrBeast. And once you store your money in a bank, as we have now learned, you never leave. And so it's gone under the radar a little bit. But I think it's important because you might say something like, MrBeast viewers are retarded. You might say something like, MrBeast viewers are retarded. And I would say in rebuttal, MrBeast viewers will have money and control market flows in 10 to 20 years. That's what I would say back. Is Gen Alpha is going to have money, social, and financial capital in 10 to 20 years, and they are literally stuck in the MrBeast. They are literally stuck in the MrBeast swim cycle. You cannot exit it, okay? We are rapidly approaching the future where the only... Is there like a clear all? God, why did I write so much? Okay, everybody wants to know like what jobs are left in the post-AI world. Is AI going to take my job? Is AI going to take my job? Is AI going to take my job? It's like, I can tell you one job that's going to remain, okay? Jobs that AI won't take. Number one, contestant in Mr. Beast video. Claude can't compete in the Beast games, okay? And so it can't compete in the Beast games. It just can't. It can't. And so you feature in a Mr. Beast video. Fuck my life. You feature in a Mr. Beast video, okay? Then you get paid. You take the money, you're hungry, you haven't eaten, you buy Beast Burger for lunch. You want a sweet treat, you want dessert, you buy Feastable. The money left over that you didn't spend, you deposit in your bank. Oh, but guess what? Your Beast, excuse me. Oh, but guess what? Your bank is fucking Beast Bank. You use Beast Bank. And it's like, okay, what other job doesn't go away in the post-AI world? Oh, speculation. Guess what? Beast Bank offers financial services. You want to earn yield? Beast Yield. You want to trade? Beast Exchange. You need a financial consultant? Beast is your financial consultant. Oh, guess what? You want to become a content creator because that's like the third and only job that isn't removed in the post-AI world? You get a Beast loan. You take your Beast loan, you buy a camera, you buy a computer setup, and you blow up. What do you do once you blow up? Well, you need talent. You need talent management. Guess what? Who else does talent management? Mr. Beast. And to close this story off, you blow up, you take your loan, you blow up, you get famous, you finally get some female attention. You're 23 years old, you're 24, it's time. You have a date. Where are you going on your date? How about Beast theme park? Does nobody understand what's happening right now? How can no one see this? Seriously, how can you not see this? It's the writing is literally on the wall. I'm showing it to you. Okay? I'm showing it to you. I'm showing it to you. It's literally on the wall. It could not be more clear. And by the way, people think I'm trolling for the you think I'm trolling for the video? You think I'm trolling for the video? You think I'm trolling for the fucking video? Walk to your 7-Eleven right now. Open. You think I'm trolling? Huh? You think I'm joking? You think this is a game? Open a fresh YouTube page. What's the first thing you're going to see? Beast. Go to your 7-Eleven. What's the first thing you're going to see? Beast. Bars. Go to Target. Go to the kids section, the toy section. What's the first thing you're going to see? Action figure. Google how to get a bank account. What's the first thing you're going to see? Step Beast. And so everybody wants to joke about Feastables this. Oh, I didn't know you could go back. Feastables this, Feastables that, MrBeast, ha ha ha, like he's a sociopath, his eyes don't smile when he smiles, and for some reason everybody's missing the forest for the trees. Because if you control, let's do a hypothetical before I move on. What happens when you control the actions and mind of an entire generation? Okay? You control the actions and the mind of an entire generation. Okay? You get 1, social power. 2, financial power. Okay? Everybody knows you. You're rich. You're post-economic. At this stage, when the generation that banks with Beast and uses step finance and has come up through your ecosystem, okay? Once we get to this stage, there's only one more thing to do. There's only one level of power, okay? What's left? What is the last stage of power? You have social power, you have financial power. There's only one stage left. What's the last stage in power? What's the last? There's only one type left. What is it? What is it? Somebody say it. 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 Political power. I am not trolling when I tell you the magnum opus of how this ends. The only way this ends, if it goes well, and it's obviously edging to one thing and only one thing, is MrBeast for president. You think I'm trolling? Welcome to the Beast Party. Brothers, I am not trolling when I tell you a MrBeast and Nick Fuentes political card under a third party is not off the table. That is, you think I'm joking. Everybody, you think I'm trolling with this segment? You think this segment's a fucking joke? I'm telling you that there's only one way this ends if it goes as ridiculous as it is going to go. Why else does he want finance? Bro, he's fucking rich. He's a billionaire. He has, every video gets more views than the YouTube video. He has his product in every 7-Eleven across the country. His burger is the one-click order from every delivery app ever. His action figures in every Target in America. He's soon going to be managing the biggest content creators in the world. What more do you want? Seriously. What more do you want if you're MrBeast? What is left? What more do you want? The only thing left is political power. That's it. There's nothing left. What more do you want? You want to just have fun? Okay. Why are you losing $1 million per video if you want to just have fun? No, it's not about fun. What more is left? It's political power. It's the last step. It's the last step. There's nothing left. There's nothing left other than political power. And I feel like we've been early to trends as of recent. Okay, we were early to the AI thing. We were early to the Cold War military proxy of AI with the Claude Pete Hegseth thing. And I'm telling you, the MrBeast political arm we are early to it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you we are early to it. And so everyone is like worried that MrBeast is going to have a monopoly over content. MrBeast is coming for JP Morgan. MrBeast is coming for Disney. MrBeast is coming for Donald Trump and the Republican Party. And all I'm saying is there is a non-zero chance that this video gets referenced very frequently in the coming years. That's all. Call me crazy or call me early. Oftentimes, they look the same. Bro, he launched Beast Mobile. He's coming from Verizon. He's coming from Verizon, bro. What are we talking about? So that's all I have. Good luck. And don't say I didn't warn you on MrBeast. Don't say I didn't warn you. You've been warned. You have been warned. Do you not see MrBeast retiring before that? I mean, bro, he would have already retired. Like, what's left in the game? What's left? A fire segment, but you're crazy. What's left? Political power, bro. There's nothing left. Fire segment, but what do you say? Are you gonna talk more about the telly? Oh, talk more in the telly about this? Yeah, sure. Speaking of, I do have a Telegram. I have been starting to shill it everywhere. Because why the fuck not? I'm a schizo in there. I'll never tweet it. I'll never post this publicly, but if you are curious about my ideas and what I'm interested in, keep it niche. It's just you guys. It's just you guys, bro. It's niche. Dog, it's niche. How much? There's 130 people watching the stream. This shit is niche, bro. Sometimes it's smart. Sometimes it's completely retarded. But generally, it's stuff's happening at the very least. Okay, Top just got out. Oh my God, I hit my stream quota. I didn't even realize. I hit my quota. 3 hours. I did it. I fucking did it. I didn't even realize. I can't believe it. What a time. I can't believe it. Thank God. No, I'm kidding. I've actually been having a lot of fun on stream recently. I am maybe going to bring a guest tomorrow or Friday. If you guys want a fun guest, like a SaaS guest. The reason I haven't been bringing guests is that I feel we have been on the money. I feel like we've been in the money on all topics, and I've kind of been uninterested in what anybody else has to say because I just have felt like I'm in flow state. I've felt like I have been in absolute flow state, and I'm just like seeing the market. I feel like I'm seeing the market, or at least the evolution of tech. I'm seeing where things are going. I'm feeling it. Okay. I'm feeling it. I'm seeing where we're headed. And I don't know. I'm like not that interested in guests. We'll get Frank when it's time. Chill. Read his tweets. He tweets everything. The only thing I want right now is a market AI TradFi guy. I'm interested in TradFi guy. Also, ClaudeBot, what happened is, I guess I didn't speak about this. We were supposed to do it yesterday. There's basically no way for me to do this setup without like an 85% chance I leak my IP address and somebody in the stream comes and robs me and like kills me. So I'm going to do a recorded video. And I'm going to just record the video and give it to you guys. And I'm going to cut it down and I'm going to do it quick. I know the spooks are coming after me after the Beast thing. You don't like when you talk shit about Beast. I'm going to just record the video and I'm going to just release it to you guys and I'm going to try to do it on Friday. You tell me what you think. Would you rather me not stream on Friday and just do this video, record it, and launch it like in our Telegram? Or would you want me to stream and like, it's hard to do it on the weekends where I get tired. I don't have a break. Would you rather me not stream? Dude, do the video another day. Oh my God. Friday streams are the best, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean Friday streams are the best? How? I hate Friday streams. Stop trying to get out of work. Bro, it's more work. What are you talking about? It's more work. It's me doing work. I don't like hate Friday streams, but Friday's objectively the worst stream of the week. Friday's the worst stream day. Friday we lit. Bro works for 3 hours a day. You have no idea. So you, dude, but if I cancel it, you can get the Claude setup. If I cancel stream on Friday, you can get the Claude setup. That's a decent trade. I feel like that's a reasonable trade. Keep your Claude setup back to work, cousin. No, there's no weekend stream. We're not doing a weekend stream. There's no weekend stream, bro. There's no weekend stream. L Hunger is crazy. Bro thinks you take Fridays off. Bro. There's no weekend stream. Because think about it. If I do a weekend stream, I don't get to go out into the wild and go on dates and Riz and like add lore to my life. There's no lore. I don't get any lore added. No lore gets added to my life if I don't go out on weekends. So I need to go out and rip, bro. No bag, but rip. Like, otherwise, what are we doing? Then I can come back and I can go out into the public. Yeah, Void Fridays, bro. Everybody knows we're doing Void Fridays. Like, come on. It's like, then I get to go out. I get to do field research. I get to go to Cabal dinners. I get to, like, meet with the Voids. I get to, like, do my thing. Then I come back and I bring it to you guys. I get to feed it back to you guys like a bird. You ever seen how a bird feeds their little ones? This is how I feel when I go out on a weekend. Let's see. Bird feeding babies. This is how I feel when I go out on the weekend. This is how I feel. I reiterate the info. I bring it back. This is how I feel. I go out, I do field research, I meet the Voids, and I rip it back. Field research, whatever I gotta do. It's just like this. This is me, and this is the squad. And I'm like, oh! Went to 11, popped a bottle of Dawn, talk to the Huz, raise the Huz, and you're like, tell me about it. I'm like, okay, here you go. This is me telling you about it. That's how I'm telling you guys. That's how I'm trying to bring back this info, bro. Just like this. And then you're like, wait, but I don't just want to hear about the Voids. I want to hear some field research about AI. And I'm like, all right, here's the AI part. I bring it back. Here it is. Here's OpenClaw. Here's me finding out no software engineers write code anymore. Here's me learning about December 27th. Here's me learning about the chasm and how this guy I met at this quant firm doesn't code anymore. Digesting. AI. Oh, there it is. AI. Boom. And I rip it. And you're like, no, we're not going to eat it yet. Give us more. I'm like, nope. There it is. And then I give you the story. That's how I feel. And so if I stream on the weekend, I can't do that. No feeding time. Nobody gets to eat. Don't you want to eat, bruh? Aren't you hungry? And so that's why I can't stream on the weekend. Hated that. The guy acting like we were his boss, either approving or declining his vacation hours. That's how I feel on the weekends. And so why would you want to take that from me? What we just did. Why would you want to take that from me? You don't. Exactly. And so just do an IRL stream, brother. I'm never going to do an IRL stream. Probably not. I'm probably never going to do IRL stream. You don't want to see that. You don't. You see what you want to see, and you don't want to see that. I don't think you want to see that, really. You also don't want to see this. We'll pretend like it's not happening. You don't want to see that. By the way, this is an IRL stream. W streaming doesn't care about his viewers. This is an IRL stream. We're IRL streaming right now. IRL stream in Beast Bank. Stream with Ari at home. Who is that? We can maybe do a Malcolm stream one time. He's in the house. Stream with Clavicular. Malcolm won't do it, dude. He's so whack. He's like too aura. So whack. So to confirm, we have Friday stream, maybe. Tomorrow, I'm gonna maybe get us a guest. I have this whole people hate AI and its political implications, which are actually insane. It's not just some data centers got canceled. It's like no, political policy is gonna move based off of how much people hate AI, and it's getting crazy. So we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do Jane. I forgot to do Jane Street. Fuck my life. MrBeast thing took up a lot of time. Was that? Did you enjoy that, MrBeast? Did I miss the open claw setup stream? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, I'm rocking. I gotta go. Bye, 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 bye. Did you enjoy stream today? Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy? I gotta go. Bye, 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 bye.